Thank you for the resubscription, Rambo. I accidentally cut off your thing there by switching the screens. Hold on. Hang on. I'll do it again. It wants to go. There it is. Thank you, Rambo, for the tier 1 resubscription. And William says, you can do it, Jake, if possible. And how do you complete the quest to get the house? Which house are you referring to, Sherlock? Most of the houses you get through the quest starters. And then this is the spare house that you can get. But I'm not, or are you talking about the elsewhere house, or which house are you referring to? Actually, I'm going to see if this screen's going to work. Hopefully this one works, because it becomes exceptionally annoying when the chats don't want to populate down below where my face is. The Witch's House in Glenumbra. I don't know. How do you get the Witch's House in Glenumbra? Do I have the Witch's House in Glenumbra? Hang on. Would be here somewhere, right? Which one is this? That's the Overlook. That's the Captains. That's the thing. Is that what you're asking about? The Witches. So it is the Witch's House. Hang on, let me see. Let me go to the Google here real quick and see if I recognize this. So, Witch's House. The Exorcist Coven Cottage is a medium player home in Glenumbra. To purchase this house with gold, you have to complete the Unsparing Harvest achievement, which is the Unsparing Harvest achievement is for completing all associated Witches Festival achievements. You'll need to complete Reaper's Harvest on at least one character in order to earn Pumpkin Well with Guts. These are just achievements. Blah, 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 blah. All the achievements. Then you'll be able to purchase the home in Hagfen for 250,000 gold. Does that help? I've actually not gotten any from Plunder Skulls yet, interestingly enough. So, you can see the achievements here too. I'll show you. No, I'm not reading on my computer. 1 second. If you go down to holiday events and then you go to the Witches Festival, you're going to have to make sure that you have all of these. Even I don't have all of these. You'll have to get these last two more than likely. Let's see, Unsparing Heart. No, you don't actually. You just need to get this one. This is the achievement that you need. So you just have to have Pumpkin Well with Guts, Plunder Skull Fanatic, Reaper's Harvest, and Happy Work with Hollowjack. These are the only achievements that you'll need to get the house then. It says I need to do a quest on every single one of my characters. Which portion requires you to do that? This one? Oh, that's the starter one. Plunder Skull Fanatic. Which one is that? Earn 100 Plunder Skulls. I could see that taking a hot minute, but there's some fast ways you can do that. Reaper's Harvest to complete the Witch Mother's Bargain quest, and then Happy Work with Hollowjack. Where's that one? What's right here? You got to learn all the Holojack styles. I don't think you should have to do anything specific on different characters. And not an AFK build necessarily. We'll see how it all turns out. I'm curious as to actually what my plan is, but we're gonna go through. We're gonna load them up. I have to also see if I need to get an extra character slot because I don't know if I have one. The real struggle might become how am I going to get skill points? I don't think I have an extra character slot. I do not. I think they're 1,500 gold or crowns. I think I have 1,500 crowns. Although, even though this guy looks like Poseidon, he hasn't done jack shit. We might well, I don't want to lose that name though. That's a good name to have. I don't want to delete any of these goobers. Plus, knowing me, I probably have like 50,000 inventory items on them. Three witches start. You'll have to do the Plunder Skull achievement, but I don't even know, like, where is Hagfen? Does anyone know? Because based on the requirements, I should be able to purchase the house. Anyone know where Hagfen is? Like over here? Well, there it is. Hagfen. It's weird it didn't pop up on the I don't think it popped up on the Glenumbra map, but then it popped up on the other map. Let's see if it lets me purchase it, because I should be able to. Yeah, I can purchase it for 250,000 gold. Is it furnished? No, then you have to buy it with crowns if you want to get it furnished. Yeah, so I would just see. I feel like it wasn't there when I was looking at it. Maybe I'm crazy, but if you have the achievement, I would just head over and see if you have the ability to purchase the house. But maybe you have to do what I do, because I didn't see it in the Glenumbra map initially, so you might have to zoom all the way out, and then you can see it a little easier on the open world map. And I don't think I have enough for a new character slot. Well, this is awkward. Oh, and it's also in the crown store too. Hang on, how much is it for a new character slot? I think it's 1,500, isn't it? We might delete Poseidon. It is 1,500. We're gonna give Poseidon the old chopping block. As cool as he is. That's what I was wondering too, Nav. I don't think you should have to do anything on any of your other characters. And make sure nothing crazy is on this level 3. I don't know why he's also in the Outlaw Refuge. It's a weird spot for level 3 to be. Let's see. Soul gems and lockpicks. Oh, I know why he's here. He's picking up, or he was. Maybe he was looting this area. I don't know actually. I'll keep the lockpicks. I am chronically always running low on lockpicks. So we're just gonna save that, delete him, and then make our new character, a little challenge character. Who I don't necessarily know if it's going to make a huge big difference as to how let's deposit. We need to deposit the items in there. And we'll take the soul gem. All right. Did he have currency on him? I don't think he did. No. Oh yeah, he does. He has 6,000 gold. There you go. What a Chad. There we go. All right. Yep. Sorry, he's good to be deleted. He's wearing anything crazy, but at level 3, he's probably he's not wearing shit. All right. All right. Now we can get the ball rolling here. I will admit that we are going to have to skip the tutorial for this to actually work. So that is something that we are going to have to awkwardly do, because if you go through the tutorial, the game does force you to attack, which is not ideal. So what we are limiting ourselves to are only essentially healing abilities and abilities that work to buff us. You know, only things that affect us. But even that, what I'm going to try to do is actually, when we're doing the main storyline, not even use those. We're going to try to essentially just completely freehand the whole ESO main storyline without attacking at all. And I don't necessarily know if there's a specific class that makes this better, but we, I think, are going to use the Warden just because of all the little access to speed ups and things that they get. I thought about using a Sorcerer, but then it's like, is Streak considered a damaging ability because could hit people and damage them? So we're not going to go through that. Versus the little wings and the Netch will be easier from the Warden. Are we going to use companions? No companions. No pets, no companions. So no bear ultimate. None of those things are allowed. We're going to take them out of the absolutely disgusting Ebonheart Pact. And here's where this becomes interesting. So, on one hand, we could keep him as an Imperial. And Imperial has some nice bonuses. The number one bonus that I want is probably not what you think. I want the bonus to gold drop rates. So I think that that's why we're going to keep him a Imperial. So that's what I kind of thought through in my head, is a Warden Imperial that'll give us access to the Netch that we can use to give ourselves some good regen. We'll have access to some movement speed buffs, and we'll be able to kind of utilize them that way. And I'm glad I caught you also there, Scare Meow. I have a question for you. Am I a cat? Well, my cat has never been able to successfully type on a keyboard, so I lean towards no, but truthfully, you never know. Will anyone have thoughts on body type and whatnot? How we should do them? Pretty much all of my characters have some sort of theme to them, so I don't really have a specific theme that I'm going for here. Maybe we'll make him a big boy. You know, just a big old boy. The screams, you know. I'm a big boy. A soft face, like a buttery face. That's the big boy one. Well, thank you, Jonathan, for jumping on. I'm terrible at designing characters. That's why generally these days when I come in, I have something specific in mind, like how I want to make them look or utilize them. Maybe he's like half blind. Maybe that's what we'll go with. That's why he can't attack, because every time he attacks, he misses. So maybe that's what we'll go for with that style. I have an Orc AFK Tank Warden build consisting of Leeching Plate, Crimson Twilight, and Scourge Harvester. And I have thought about those sets. The question becomes is how can you acquire those sets? So obviously we are doing this on a character that's brand new. I'm not going to be importing any gear over from one character to another. And also I'm not going to be allowing myself to utilize any of my champion points, any of my things that have been earned on other characters. So this is essentially as if I was doing this on a fresh account. So that's how the easiest way I can kind of explain it, because obviously you could, import a bunch of sets and stuff over and then do a whole bunch of, finagling that way. But even our champion points, we're going to pretend don't exist when we're doing this challenge. I don't know what hairstyle I want him to have. I think ESO needs to really have some new hairstyles in the game. I know that you can get hairstyles and you can get them that way. Maybe you can bald. There you go, like Vin Diesel. All's fine. Voice, I'm sure that we picked a good one. See, the Nightblade invisibility is interesting. Is it better to be? Is it better to be a Nightblade? It's a good question. I'm gonna stick with. It is not. Well, that would be the thing with the Nightblade though is that it doesn't give you a whole lot of access to things that are non-attacking. A lot of what you do for your resources are going to be difficult to get because a lot of them are siphons and things versus wardens. Maybe what do we think? What do people in chat think? Do you think Warden or do you think Nightblade? How's it going, Fasrada? Yes, we will be starting from 0. What do we think? No rush. I don't know how to do a poll. This is where I wish I was better at understanding the YouTube. Because even like, so I have it pulled up on my phone because Streamlabs is hot garbage at being able to tell me when messages come through, and I always feel guilty when I miss messages because it's like, how do you, mind you, pay $15 a month for Streamlabs, which is fine, obviously, but you would expect it to work, and it generally does not work very well. That's my frustrating things. Roxanne says Warden. Well, you know, Jonathan, you make a good point. We'll just stick with Warden for now, just to see how it goes. Oh, we could have just hit randomize. That would have been so much easier. That would have been so much better. All right, what do we name him? First person to throw out a name that isn't taken is what we'll name it between Twitch and YouTube chat. So throw out a name. First, I'll try the names as they come in. As long as they don't get me in trouble through ZeniMax. I can't risk my account getting banned. So no bend overs or anything like that. All right, we'll try Nimic. IMOC. See, here's where we have our biggest decision. And this is where we will be skipping the tutorial. Hopefully the name isn't taken. If not, we'll have to wind up and do this again. Oh, thank God Nimic worked, because the next name that came in was literally Hot Dog. So, thank God. All right, so here's where we have to really start making utilizations of what we get, because a lot of what we're going to want to do is going to be very difficult based on our limitations here. So we are also going to do some things. We are going to actually spec into health, and just trust me. just trust me with that, because that probably doesn't make a lot of sense to anybody. Let's see what we got. So we got ourselves some lockpicks, some soul gems. As far as leveling up a weapon, we're going to go resto, but we might change that to sword and shield once we get it. And then I think we'll be good for now. So yeah, well, we did get sword and shield. Let's do sword and shield now, because we are going to have to start getting into all that. I was asleep in my bed and a butterfly tickled my nose, and I woke up in a cave-in and realized it was all a hallucination. Then followed that up with Jonathan says, Hot Dog was the name of names. So here's where the hardest part is as our next portion of this challenge, have to get to Shadowfen. That's going to be the next trickiest part. We are also hot broke, and we look ugly. We could fix the ugliness thing, though. Let's see if we can find a costume that fully encapsulates the challenge. How are we going to pull this off? So we're going to pull this off by only utilizing what we can get on a brand new little baby. So yes, Old Navy, like leeching and resilient, would be great, but he doesn't have access to that. It's as if we're on a brand new tune, except we probably are going to decorate it with a nice little costume, potentially, because we made him look like Vin Diesel, and I feel kind of bad. Give him a hat. Now he's festive with the whole Halloween theme. No companions, and only allowed to use healing abilities. Oh, wait, we could actually give him some hair. Did we give him hair? What does he look like with hair? We'll see if he's earned hair by the end of the video. Facial hair. Wait, facial hair. Oh, that's amazing. I already have a character that utilizes it, though. Hang on. Maybe a half. That's beautiful. It fits right with the hat. I don't know anything that stands out to me as like, I'm a pacifist, I can do no damage. Yeah, the Mid-Year Mayhem wreath, that'll definitely springs that. Let's see if there's any decent costumes. Actually, that one doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna put a whole lot of thought into this, because I'm sure this is not the most fascinating part. Oh, you can get event tickets by literally doing anything. I'm actually kind of worried that this guy's going to get the event tickets, so I might go spend the event tickets very quickly on the other character. There we go. Make him look like a baker. There, no, we'll go with the baker. Does the baker have a hat? Oh my god, the baker has a hat. So this is just if a pacifist baker could get through the main storyline of ESO. As a question, we don't know the answer to it. That's what we are going to find out today in the video. I am slightly worried because I believe that if you skip the tutorial and you go back, you still end up in the realm that we don't want to be in because it requires us to attack. But I think we can get around that by getting to Shadowfen. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of people that are in Shadowfen. But we're just going to pretend like we're in any social guild, go to the roster and see if we can find some weirdo that's in Shadowfen. Probably not searching by people who are offline because that's not going to help us. Nobody's in Shadowfen in that guild. If not, we could figure out how to walk there. I know that you can. Come on, Shadowfen. Somebody's got to be in Shadowfen. You guys are not allowed to help me, but I appreciate it. We have to do this as if it all happened organically. There we go. Boom. So now we're going to head to Shadowfen, and I'll show you why when we get there. So we are now in Shadowfen, which probably seems like a very specific zone to go to. But there's some interesting sets that are here that we are going to kind of want. And Robes of the Hist is one of them that I think is going to be really good for us to have. But there's a couple other sets that I was looking at that are going to be exceptionally helpful. And the other one that's interesting that I really want to also get is Thunderbug. Because it's when you take damage, you deal physical damage, and you deal shock damage at a 5-meter radius, and it can occur every 3 seconds. So my thought is we have a set that keeps us alive, and then we have a set, hopefully, that helps damage others. And these are the only sets that I was able to think to myself, we probably could get these, you know? Like, there's a decent chance that we could get these, because obviously we're not going to be able to complete any dungeons or anything. That's going to be exceptionally difficult for us to do. But when it comes to, Overland sets, there's some interesting things that we can do to get these sets, and that's what we're going to try. I think what we'll do first, though, is actually, I like how I came to Shadowfen, and now I'm like, let's go to Malabal Tor first, which probably even less people are currently in. Let's see if we can get over there. How's it going, Joseph? We're going to see if we can head over to not Shadowfen, we're in Shadowfen, Malabal Tor, because I think that is actually going to be the set that we want to get first. Unfortunately, the other good set that I was looking at that would be exceptionally helpful for us is a Telvar set. So I don't have a plan in my head as to how you could easily get a Telvar set on a brand new character, but that's something that we might explore. We might try it. Might head, can we go to the Imperial City and get some people? Who knows? Probably not, but you never know until you try. You can't say it, you never put one foot forward. And nobody is in Malabal Tor, but I believe Malabal Tor is one of the easier zones that you can walk to. Hang on, somebody lives in Groutwood. Might just walk our happy selves there. This Malabal Tor is what? Up here. We just need to, just walk all the way up here. Bada bing, bada boom. You can easily do that as a nice, peaceful baker. There's nothing wrong with that. What direction is? I just feel like it's so easy to get turned around when you're leaving And we're going to ignore the hooded figure because he's going to want to take us into the tutorial zone. And that's obviously where we don't want to go, because that's where bad things happen, like we get attacked. And unfortunately, too, because this is a brand new little baby, he doesn't have any mount speed. That's okay. I think if you go this way, you get stuck, so you gotta, like, go around. And my plan once we get to Malabal Tor is to try to do some side quests. This will likely not be super efficient, but we're gonna see what we can do and see from there how many pieces we can get. Because doing side quests will give you different components. Man, I freaking hate. Man, we should have just gone to the north. Who designed this place? Can you go around this? What's up, EDC? Oh, we can't. All right, we're good. We're good. How's the challenge going? I mean, we're off to a great start. We haven't lost yet. I mean, isn't that a great start? The best start you could ask for. And we're not going to use anyone taxing us, because that always feels cheap. You know, I always feel like that's like, well, you know, you're getting help. You know, I want it to be as if if you made one of your characters and you were like, I want to beat the ESO main storyline without attacking. I don't know why you would do that, but it would be as if you could do that. But that's the important part. It's as if you could. You could follow these same steps, joining guilds and running your way up from, what are we in? Gratwood. The most, oh god, we're under attack. The first time we're under attack and we can't attack back. There's some other interesting things that you're going to see me probably do throughout the challenge that we might do once we get to Malabal Tor and get ourselves a way shrine. We are actually going to level up our AP. So we are actually going to level up our alliance skill line. And for those of you who know how to level up your alliance skill line without attacking, it is possible. You are able to do it. It is interesting, but it is possible. Good afternoon, Snoggo. We are running ourselves all the way to Malabal Tor. I also thought about making this a challenge too, to where if we died, we had to reset. But we might do something fun like that. We'll see. But this is more of almost like a test run, because a lot of what we're doing is going to then be chopped up into like a dedicated video for, you know, like a supercut essentially. Will you get a Mundus Stone? Yes, I will get a Mundus Stone. It will likely be the health Mundus Stone. But we'll see as to which one necessarily will pair best with the sets that we'll be wearing. Oh, here we go. We're level 4. We're likely going to go into the heavy armor skill line. Is there anything that's worth getting right now? See, that does... Well, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. So this... Frost Cloak doesn't do damage, so we can use that. Green Balance doesn't damage, so we can use that. Dive, unfortunately, does. It's going to be tricky because it means we can't use it. We can put it on our skill bar, but we're not allowed to use it. So we need to make sure that we're not pressing the RB. Actually, I should put it to the LB button, because fun fact, my LB button is like ridiculously sticky. So you have to really intend to press the LB button, and it's a little tricky. So you don't have to really be a high level. Where's that way shrine? I might want to get that just to have it. Oh, son of a bitch! Who puts a way shrine at the top of a cliff? We might level up, but here's the thing that's interesting about the ESO main storyline is you really don't need to have a whole lot of levels, in my opinion. Like, you really can just kind of do it at a low level. So I don't think we're going to focus on leveling a whole lot, but there are some things that I thought could be interesting ways to level up. The number one way is you could just go to the Alik'r Desert and do the Dolmens. You don't actually have to do any damage. You could just heal the people there, and you would get credit for, killing the Dolmen. The Steed Mundus might actually be a good one. to go through. That's a good option too, because then we can at least start getting to places a little bit faster. Hi Jake, do you think Torag's Pact is good? Specifically the weapon enchantment buff. Yes, it is very good. When I made a Stam Sorcerer a couple patches ago, I used Torag's Pact, and it was phenomenal. I don't know how it weighs up with some of the newer things that are out, but I will say it's still a great set to use. Anyone know? There a Mundus Stone in Malabal Tor, and if so, which one? Sir Jake Clips ran away. He bravely ran away. Away. Yeah, no, I'm like that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where I get attacked. It's like, run away. Run away. To be fair, the majority of the people in that movie don't even really attack anybody. A lot of it's just shenanigans and whatnot. See, we're getting levels just running through the map. Anyone know what Munduses are inside of Malabal Tor? Look it up here once we get there too. Oh, these are all enemies. I don't know why I thought this was going to be the place of fun and love. Run. And the Overland is scary, man, when you're level 3. You guys see how risky it is out here? Just constant bandits and stuff. Alright, we can't even stop to get that. Oh, is this a chest? Oh, well, there's nothing. No good sets that we want from there. Let's try not to kill ourselves. We are also protected by something in ESO right now that you may or may not know exists, called the baby buff. The baby buff is where they make it to where level 3s are ungodly good at things. And the reason for that is because there was a fear that brand new ESO players, coming into the game would essentially not know how to build, not know how to put their attribute points in, not understand all the mechanics right away, which, fair, obviously, we've all been there. So they made it to where as you level up, you actually become weaker, and you have to account for that by wearing sets that work together and doing things that are actually good to build passives, build, armor, buffs, and whatnot. So that's why the baby buff exists. We are protected right now from the baby buff. Are we in? No, we're not in yet. I think there's a loading screen where we get to the new one. Ritual, Thief, and Warrior. Oh, that's not going to help us. Son of a bitch. Can you look, if you're still looking, can you check to see which one? Oh, which one's that? There's one. Oh, that's the ritual one. Can you see which one has the steed in it? We'll get this way shrine, and then we're going to do something interesting that I believe we'll be able to successfully do. But we shall see. Oh, thank you both, Roxanne and Snago, for looking at that. See both your messages. So we're going to take a quick break and go to Cyrodiil. You're probably like, you're going to do what now? Well, actually, we can't go to Cyrodiil just yet, so we're going to table that. I forgot it to be level 10. But at level 10, ritual at the very south part of the map. Which zone is it in the very bottom part of? Oh, ritual. I can't read. I'm thinking of something wrong. All right, so we're going to try to do a side quest. Maybe we'll be able to do it. Probably not. We're going to just see how it all goes. Reaper's March. I mean, it's nearby. This is painfully slow. There's a lot of fetch quests in ESO, though, so how many of these you think you could just do just by doing a little bit of a fun run? Oh, I think I messed up. I don't think you can. But we're good. It's all good. Easy. Honestly, we don't even take that much damage. This is easy. We could probably defeat Malabal right now. All right, so now we have to search the camp. Oh. Probably over there. The other thing that I think is possible too, so from what I remember, is if you become a vampire and you leave while the quest is active, you can still. Oh, we're gonna have to break combat. Oh, they're not surrounded by anybody though. Open the cage. Talk to them. Oh, we're gonna collect shards. That could be problematic. Don't you just want to have your life back? Why do you want to send me on a fetch quest inside a zone? Oh, dear God. All right, whoever said the Nightblade, you were onto something. This might be a little tricky. Don't. Oh my gosh, he's too far away. He can't path himself. All right, we're gonna give up on the zone quest for right now. Thank you for the subscription, Art Lowell Boista. We're gonna give up on this for now because I can tell that this is just gonna be exceptionally painful to try to finagle to do, and we're not gonna talk to the hooded figure no matter how much he wants us to talk to him. We're going to try to think what is the easiest path forward to get where we need to get from this zone. Dear God, they're slowing me in the water. A bunch of savages. Oh my God, this is painful. Ow. Malabal Tor is dangerous. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Get away, shrine here? Are you kidding me? We could just teleport it here. Do you just get that way shrine when you come in the zone? You better get that. I swear to God, there's no way. You shouldn't have a way shrine there, right? This is hurting my soul a little bit. Also, do you guys see that Twitch is now removing embedded streams? So now you can't embed your stream on different places and get a whole bunch of free views like that. I thought that was kind of funny. The other thing I want to do a little bit of research on is chest routes in this zone. So I'm just gonna look up really quickly. You know where people do the chest farming in is they do it in the public dungeon. I remember that because I used to do it there too. Was the public dungeon. We are going to call the craziest audible ever. We're gonna do something crazy right now. Hold on to your butts, as they say in Jurassic Park. We, unfortunately, are gonna have to get rid of Nimic because I am seeing a more poignant way that we can do this. Unfortunately, he's not gonna make the cut. We are gonna start over with somebody new. So start typing your names in the chat that you want them to be named. Because we are going to actually make a Nightblade. Oh, the game even selected it for us. Nightblade, Imperial, and then we'll randomize them. Oh my God, he's beautiful. I know you told me a Nightblade, and I was thinking about it as I was going, because I'm like, a Warden would be easier to actually fight with, right? Because you have more defensive capabilities. But, oh yeah, we'll see if Hot Dog is taken. Oh God. We make him the right alliance. That's the only thing I care about. The right class. Oh my God, he's so ugly. I'm gonna hit randomize one more time. I think that's better, I guess. I think that's better. I don't know. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription, Ramhard. We shall see if I forget the name from earlier. It was like Hut Dow. There, hang on. We'll see if this is taken. I don't know if you can do all caps for your names, but we'll see. We'll see if Azenimax does allow this. Three G's? 2 G's, E-R-A. This name is, oh, it does lowercase it. I swear, if this name is taken. Skip the tutorial again, but now you should be able to actually get a little bit more done here. Unfortunately, when you skip the tutorial, you don't necessarily get to pick where you want to go, which can be slightly problematic, but that's okay. We do have buff food too. I think we're gonna stick with putting the points into health. Now, we need visibility, so we're gonna have to put this on, but we can't use it, obviously. I'll just put them all on our skill bar. Even though technically we can use 0 of these abilities, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Got our 5 lockpicks. We might need more lockpicks. What I'm wondering is, we're actually going to eat our buff food too. I don't know why we were saving it on the last guy. Give himself the sword and shield lineup, and then we shall give him the baker's outfit. He looks beautiful with his face tattoos. I'm sure he'll get employed easily as a baker with those. And we are going to see which zones we have access to get to off the rip. So I'm hoping that there is an easier way to get to where we want to go. But also, I know a cheat on how we can get ourselves a little bit of movement speed that anyone can do. Alright. You do not have... I actually have a house here. Oh, do you... well, there's an event house, so part of me is like, you could just go there and leave. Free fast travel point, you know, but we're not going to do that because that would be slightly cheating. But we will utilize the feature that everyone should utilize, and that is player houses in ESO. Player houses, you know, other guild leaders all have these things called player houses. You go to them, they got all sorts of goodies in there that you can utilize as a brand new character, and you could probably guess what we want inside of here. What's interesting though is you can't use these as fast travel points. The only thing I don't know about refreshing path is, does it do damage? That's the only thing I don't know off the top of my head. But we are going to grab ourselves a much needed Mundus Stone to get this going. Also, while you guys are here, feel free to ask questions about anything you want to. We don't have to just talk about challenge. Not the mage. What am I doing? Steve. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now he's a little bit of a faster boy. Oh, it heals you. Huh. Hey, Jason, how's it going? The other morph does damage. Okay, well, hopefully we can utilize that. So the only fear that I have is that we are going to need lockpicks. And I'm hoping that in the Malabal Tor public dungeon, we can get those lockpicks. We are also going to hope and pray that somebody is inside Malabal Tor. If not, we will go back to our fun run. Oh, bless the Lord. He is real. Hallelujah. Alright, so we're in Malabal Tor. Now we need to get to the public dungeon, which admittedly, I don't know where it is off the top of my head. So we're going to just quickly, I'm going to pull up a map of Malabal Tor. So, dungeon. It is... That's a Sky Shard map. The Delve map. You guys could... That's a Dolmen map. Could you guys just combine these together? This is a map with notable points of interest without the public dungeon on it. Alright. feel like an idiot. Oh, there we go. This is exceptionally bright, but this is what I need. Here it is. It is right up here, which is not terribly far. When will the story of how you got your cat be posted? So I was very cautious about posting it for a while. Because it was like it happened while I was working at CPS at a different agency. But if you guys want to know the general outline, I can give it to you. Basically, it's simple, really. I was working. Oh my god, why are there enemies? This is not in the town. Ow! I think we can get there this way. But sorry, I'm getting distracted. So while I was working at CPS through different county, what happened was that I was going to a hospital because we found out that somebody was giving birth unexpectedly at a very young age, and the grandmother of the baby that was being born tried to kill the baby. So what happened because of that is that obviously the grandmother was removed. I then had to go back to the office to get some things, like I had to get a verbal order from the judge to ensure that we could take custody of both the baby and the young mother. During that time, my coworker was placing a family in a hotel, so not actually like placing the kids or whatnot, but the home was being condemned. So our agency was actually paying for a hotel stay for the whole family, and they had a 3-month-old cat or kitten, really, at the time. So they brought the kit. My coworker brought the kitten back. So I'm like over there making all these hectic phone calls, the solicitors and lawyers, and trying to get everything arranged, for this kid and her baby, trying to make sure all the things are worked out and whatnot. And this little kitten, while she's sleeping right there, you can't see her, she's just off screen. She comes over and she sits on my foot and falls asleep. And it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. I've never owned a cat before, so it was like one of those situations where she had already put the family in the hotel, so she was good. Her crises was handled essentially. Mine was not, so I was like, I don't know how, but if you can't find anyone to take the cat, home with them or look after them, then I can look after the cat. So I did, and that's how I ended up with a cat permanently. That's the general heads and tails of it. This also happened when stores were closing like super early. Like, so even where I live now, like Walmart still closes at 11, and I was working super late, and the only place near me, because I went to drop this kid off at a foster home, and I also had the cat in the back, like in a box that was like, it was like one of those boxes that has like holes in it and whatnot, and I like wrapped some stuff around it, that way they're not like, why is there a cat in your car? And I'm like, don't worry about that, don't focus on you and everything going on with you. But so what happened then is that when I was able to finally get out and stop working, I was like, oh, I need to buy all these things because I don't have cat food, obviously, because that would be a weird thing to have if you've never owned cats before. And so I think the only place open at the time that was close enough to me I could get to was either a CVS or a Rite Aid. So I go to, I think it was either CVS or Rite Aid, and for some reason they didn't have cat food, but they had cat litter. So I was like, well, this is the important thing. So I had that. I utilized one of those containers. Like I had a big container that I just took the lid off, and it was like perfect for a litter box at least. And I then had the next biggest problem, which is trying to get her to eat food. Because so I tried to chop up some hot dogs, and she was not interested in that at all. And so I was like, well, this is problematic because this is kind of like really the only meats that I have. But I was going through my fridge and whatnot, and I was able to find chicken, because I was like, oh yeah, I have chicken in here. And so what I did is I just cooked unseasoned chicken for my cat, essentially, or kitten, essentially, and she did eat that. She was fine with that. So I was like, oh, thank the Lord, because I did not necessarily have any ideas as to what to do after that. Oh, we need to turn on auto loot. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, this is so much better than if I was a warden. Well, go back to your little spot there, fella. Oh my gosh. Go leave me alone. Bro. I think the only way to get him to reset is to oh. You know what? I'm just gonna leave and come back. And then a lot of jokes also spawned that, because I posted this on my Snapchat story, so I was like, oh, brought the kitten home, blah blah blah, made her some chicken, made it unseasoned, and then I get like 50,000 comments like, don't you always make your chicken unseasoned? And I was like, well, I should have expected this. Yeah, I just made her my normal food, But yes, she did basically choose me. She's sleeping right here. Just pet her. Welcome back, Scare McCrow, and yes. This is going to be more painful than I thought. Although it looks like somebody might be farming this for experience, which will be helpful for us because we just want the chests and the items to loot in here. So what we need to do is also turn on auto loot. And I do not remember where that is. We are also going to have all of this on too. So I feel like this is just always helpful to have. Oh, it's got to be in gameplay. I'm like drawing a blank on where these things are. Turn that on. Auto loot. We're gonna turn on auto loot for all that stuff. I'll add the craft bag. I think that should be everything that we need. Thank you, who said gameplay. Alright, so that guy killed all those people, so hopefully we can loot these at least. The reason why we're looting this type of stuff is so we can get freaking what's the word I'm looking for here? So we can get things, lockpicks, because this dungeon is filled with chests, which I'm realizing might be more painful than it's worth, even with the ability to go invisible. And then backpacks and stuff are just always good because you can get rare BPs and stuff. Our cat was found at my wife's work. We named him Kobe. She worked at a food distributor named after the type of beef/steak. That is kind of amazing. There's a sky shard here at least. You guys keep doing the good fight up there. You guys are doing phenomenal. We are just looking for chests, which becomes significantly harder when you don't have the chest perk, which unfortunately we do not have. I was thinking about learning scrying. So there's another way that we could try to do this where we learn how to scry essentially and then go scrying and use that to get a bunch of gold to then buy certain things that we might need. The only problem with that is that we're going to be low level, so we need lower level versions of things, and those can be harder to get. But we are getting a decent amount of little resources here that we can use for something. I don't necessarily know what, but we can use them for something. This public dungeon is filled with chests. It's a good and a bad thing that other people are here, because they'll kill some of the things, but at the same time too, they're probably going to also loot some of the chests. And we are not easily able to spot the chests. Our current state. That is an interesting little culmination of things. Oh shit. What the hell? Finally catching you live. Well, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. That is a boss. These guys do not seem to honor the fact that I use invisibility, because they are taking my cheeks. And hopefully the guy that's farming XP will handle these guys. The nice thing is we do get a lot of health regen from the set that we're using, so that's also fairly helpful. I was hoping I would have at least seen one chest by now. This is not giving me a lot of hope. And I'm trying to like point out in the areas where I think they usually spawn. It is not happening very easily. We might have to do this in the overworld. I know that there are a decent amount of chest spawns in the overworld. It just becomes significantly more painful. Plus, too, I mean, farming chests is not necessarily the most effective way to fill out a sticker book, but when you can't attack, definitely can potentially be up there. I don't know what I would consider beating ESO. You know, like what is the... I think beating an MMO is such a difficult thing to quantify too. It's so hard because, you know, everyone has such different goals, you know, when they come into the game, things that they want to accomplish and whatnot. So it's very hard to say what that is. What would you say has made you kept you playing ESO and making content for so long? Just the passion for the game, or the passion for helping others and learning the game? By the way, I love your content. It's great. I just find it so hard to love ESO these days. I just got burnt out a while ago, but I mean, almost 9 years, that's understandable. LOL, I'm just curious. So it's a great question. ESO is one of those games that I always have played with my friends, you know, throughout different time periods, whether it was years ago, yesterday, you know, what will be the future. What I would say the biggest reason is that I really enjoy ESO is I don't force myself to do things I don't want to do. I think there's a lot of people out there that do. You know, for example, some dungeon might come out that's got the best PvE set in the game or the best PvP set in the game. I'm not going to force myself to farm it if I don't want to farm it. You know, I'm not going to force myself to do things that I don't find fun or interesting or things like that. And I think that is the big difference when it comes to, you know, playing an MMO how you want to play it. You know, I might spend a whole week just continuing to try to get my Master Fisherman achievement. I might do dumb shit like this, which, you know, most people would hate to do, but, you know, it's something that I want to do. Therefore, you know, it's kind of like, oh, you know, this is more fun. I think content creation, too, is just a great privilege that a lot of content creators don't utilize to the fullest. Like, it truthfully is exceptionally fun. So I kind of never understand why people are like, oh, you know, don't you not like it, or don't you get stressed out by it? And I mean, you do content creation can be stressful because you're constantly trying to think of ideas, you're constantly trying to do different things, you're constantly in this state of like what's working, what isn't working, trying to improve different things, because as you guys know, I'm hot garbage at video editing. If you started watching my videos from day one, you'll have seen a drastic improvement, and now it's significantly better, but it's been like a road to improvement. Also, you can see what I'm doing to cheat here. We are going to do the Desert Dolmens, but we are not going to attack the Desert Dolmens. This is a risky tactic because this is going to level us up, but we don't have to attack anything, and we're going to get double XP. So it could be good. It could be terrible. We'll see. But I really enjoy content creation. I think that, you know, as someone who works and has worked multiple different types of stressful jobs, I really enjoyed like the ESO community. I think it's one of the best in the world. I really enjoy just being able to interact with all of you guys, being involved with you guys, and just doing all of these things that I get to do because, you know, of really all of you. You know, I never would have gone to Las Vegas to do the in-person event if it wasn't for, you know, content creation. And I think that as a content creator, when you get something from your audience, you should give back to them. That's why we continue to do, you know, 3 giveaway drawings, you know, in the format that people, you know, enjoy the most, whether it's through gift cards or if it's through tangible items or in-game stuff. You know, it's been my way to give back really ever since, you know, we became monetized on the channel. Like, I actually think we started it beforehand. Next team should be Cyrodiil, hint. Oh, you know, we could be going to Cyrodiil on this stream. It might look very different than you might expect it to, but we probably will go to Cyrodiil at some point once we get to level 10. I don't know if any necessarily leveling up is going to help us a whole lot in a lot of aspects, but we're going to see. I'm going to have to wait for them to go to the next point because I don't have that way shrine yet. Actually, no, I might actually have that one. I took a break from ESO to play Lords of the Fallen. I'm having a blast, but I still love ESO. I only take breaks from ESO when I'm busy with other games. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Don't force yourself to ever play something that you don't want to play. Don't ever force yourself to do things that you you know, wouldn't enjoy doing. You know, I took a long break to play Starfield. I still play Starfield. You know, I take breaks to play FIFA. You know, when Arc Ascended comes out, I might play Arc Ascended. You know, there's just so many different things that I might do. That, you know, never force yourself to do anything. Thanks, man. You're the best, says Backwood Jedi, and I hope nothing but the best for you and your content journey. Well, thank you. I still do plan to make the video on what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the story about how I got a cat, and some of the other things too on my secondary channel. Looked over. I always keep a water bottle next to me when I stream, just in case, you know. Got to stay hydrated, my friends. And we're just like that. We're level 5. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. What is your second YouTube channel? I want to sub. So really, currently right now, it's just called Jake SGS. It's linked on my homepage. I think I might rename it. It's something I go back and forth on, truthfully, because I don't, you know, it's one of those things where it's like I don't know necessarily what to name it. We're also going to do some brainstorming here. We're going to do some brainstorming. I'm just going to start looking at sets and think, because I really, what's this? When you block, you cause all enemies within 5 meters to bleed for 3,000. Oh, that's over 10 seconds. That's a long time. But Twin Sisters could be a good one, because I could see that not being farmed. Do snares. That's health recovery. Bow attacks. See, Thunderbug was my go-to, and Harbinger would be perfect too. Although that doesn't deal a lot of shock damage. Maybe Arteron would be a better zone to go to. Shit, it just hit me. Hello? What was that? What? What was that? What? Hey Jake, hey CPT Takashi, it's Charlie Hill 151. How's it going? And just use Siege. I actually thought about that. I was like, it's not attacking to fire a trebuchet. You know? Oh my, what? Oh, it's a day. Where is there a Daedroth? That is, I don't even know what to say to that. And thank you back with Jedi, who said, I think you would make a great IRL and variety streamer. Your personality is what I was drawn to. You're just genuinely nice and charismatic guy. Well, thank you. I've thought about a lot of different types of content because it's not that I don't like ESO, obviously I love it. I just think like what in addition to ESO could I do? And there's not a lot of like when you have a channel that's dedicated to something, you can't really pivot from it very easily because viewers and things can cause problems. Like if you say for example, I turn this into a soccer channel, and then only 1% of you watch it, then it could kill the channel and the algorithm. Unfortunately, you can I mean not to throw shade, but you can look at what happened to like Brawry Got This. I mean he has like 62,000 subscribers, and his views, because he did such a big content pivot, his views didn't keep up with what he was doing. So that's why I have the second channel where I have 2 videos on it. It's really nothing crazy. It's just an introduction, and then I talk about what it's like being like how it works, like when you're negotiating with sponsors. Although truthfully, both of them need better thumbnails, so I'll probably fix those at some point. But I do have an interesting video concept. So obviously, I use Facebook mostly for ESO, but it's me, and I post the ESO videos and groups and whatnot on like my main page. And so what was interesting is I have like 2 years worth of like sketchy friend requests that I plan to like go through and accept for a video, just to see like I accepted 2 years worth of sketchy friend requests. Stormhaven has Storm Knight set, which can be procced by elemental range damage. Let's take a meander at that, because that actually would be helpful. Because when you take non-physical damage, you deal 781. What's the cooldown is significantly better. What sucks is these things scale off your weapon and spell damage. So, but most of these I thought scaled off your health. What does this scale off of? What is Twin Sisters? Weapon and spell damage. God. I'm trying to think what's better for chests. What's going to have more chests in it? Stormhaven, I think, is just a better zone. So I think that's what we're going to meander on over to. Well, ideally, in a perfect world, we can combine them together. Once we can start doing damage through any means, we will be significantly better off because we'll be able to kill things in some way. Like we'll have some small ability to deal damage. So that'll be significantly helpful. Somebody's got to be in Wayrest, Stormhaven, whatever it's. I think it's called Wayrest, or no, it's Stormhaven. Yep, somebody's in Stormhaven. Wizzle says, "Hey Jake, I got nothing to add here other than to let you know I'm enjoying your content. Keep them coming. Thank you. Who are your favorite content creators outside of ESO? Personally, I enjoy a lot of Sodepop and Asmongold, really all of OTK. I do enjoy Asmongold. I watch Moist Critical on YouTube quite a lot. I'm trying to think who else is like my go-to. I watch Wes Hammer, Major Overkill, who do like Warhammer stuff. I always find that stuff so fascinating. What else? If I loaded, what if I do also watch a lot of like soccer stuff too, so like Football Daily, Euro Football Daily. Honestly, like if I never made ESO videos, I probably would be like a Liverpool streamer, which I always thought, and I still look at sometimes because I'm like, man, I always feel like it'd be so fun to like stream Liverpool games and be like a Liverpool content creator, because there's really not as many as you would think. In the ESO or not ESO space, it's just in general. Like, there's just not that many Liverpool content creators, especially based on the size of the fan base. There's a little book for us. Hey Jake, you're awesome. Keep it up. So we've been trying to get our Crime Pays Lightbringer Give to the Poor act lately. They're trying to find, and yesterday when trying to find these, which is beyond frustrating, there'll be a second message coming in too. I'll give you a minute to finish the secondary one. I might also see where are the chest spawns. Stormhaven. Well, this guy's got all of them, it looks like. I hope these actually load. So, just, look at it. Alright. We're in, where are we? We are over near a decent spot for chests. We really actually need to be on the other side. We want to get to the juicy spawn. Hopefully, too, we don't run out of lockpicks. But, in worst case, we can always buy lockpicks, usually fairly cheaply. We can quick sell a lot of what we're getting and getting lockpicks. Ran into several Halloween characters. Do you know they link to any achievements? So the Halloween stuff does link if you want to buy the Halloween house. And I think there's a couple other Halloween-esque things that you can get from achievements. Like if you were looking for titles, mementos, and stuff like that, you can get those. I've been playing a good bit of Diablo lately. When I come back, ESO, I just like to farm for the mythics. I played Diablo quite significantly, and I don't know. It just didn't click for me, their whole season things. I was expecting more. I just don't think I enjoyed a lot of what they did in the first season. I haven't done the second season. I couldn't find it. If you go to journey or journal achievements and then go down to holiday events, you can scroll down to Witches Festival and you can see the reward. I like the title Witch. I think this one gives you the hat, Witch's hat. You can see the different rewards for doing these. Some of it's just achievement points, some of it's titles and stuff. Do they increase to the story though? Because that's what I really liked about Diablo 4 was the story, and I was really hoping that season 1 would do a lot with the story, and it just felt like they didn't. Did they add to the story of Diablo in the season 2? Because that's kind of what I was hoping for. Oh, that's a wolf. Leave us alone. Leave me alone. Oh yeah, definitely. The second channel for any sort of side content. I already have a second channel for side content. I go back and forth on what I want to do with it because I don't want to do 3 separate things like ESO, variety, and then like Liverpool stuff because that would be, it'd be quite a significant amount of things, I don't even know if it's worth picking up all this iron ore. I guess I could try to sell it later. Come on. There's supposed to be a lot of chests in this general area. Give them to me. But I might try to do different things. I might try both, too. I don't know too like what's the what's the word I don't even want to look for here to describe this. How's it going, Joe? There's some things I just don't know, like there's so many unknowns and you're making YouTube videos and you want to stream certain types of things and you feel passionate about certain types of things because truthfully, the thing that I feel most passionate about is ESO and Liverpool. But those are like 2 completely separate things. Like they don't really, like build into each other. So I always get worried that like by working on one, I could take away from the other, and stuff like that. So I just have those intrusive thoughts of like, you should focus on the one that, you have content for and that, people already, really enjoy. Like you shouldn't risk, putting too much time into other things because, then, you might not have enough time for the people who did come out and support you and whatnot. So there's just a lot of like little variables and things that I really want to make sure that I take into account. And those are some of them where it's like, you guys are obviously all here supporting me. I don't want to abandon you to do something completely different. So it's making sure that if I do something completely separate or unique, that there is that balance. Because I know that, the majority of you are not huge soccer fans, I assume. Maybe, maybe there are a lot of you, I don't know. But even if there are a decent chunk of you, I guarantee that there's still a significant portion of you that are like, oh, soccer's not really my interest because that's not necessarily related. But even so Rambo's a Chelsea fan, but I'm a Liverpool fan, so it's one of those things too where it's like, how many people who support other teams would watch my team, Like if I live streamed a Liverpool game, you're probably going to be like, well, I want to watch something different too. These are things that I think about. It is good to know that the people do watch Premier League soccer. Oh my gosh, there's supposed to be like chests here, people. Where are all the chests? This is stupid. I wish there was like, like Lady Laurel's shelter has like a shit ton of chests inside of it. Where's that for like any of these zones that had these garbage sets that we need? That's all we need are these stupid sets. Do you, out of curiosity, Rambo, do you watch any soccer YouTubers? Our freaking Mages Guild level up all the way here on this character at this rate. These guys are yellow, by the way. I get this common question a lot. So they're not innocent, but they're also not attack on sight if they have a yellow aura around them. Just as a random little factoid for you. Yeah, soccer is one of those things that's hard to get into, but I feel like once you're in it, I really thought that was a chess spot. Oh, what the heck? Is this like a random encounter? So fun fact, ESO does have random encounters, but obviously we can't do a whole lot with him. Don't, but you would watch mine. I think too. He's gonna make us go into combat. That's not gonna be helpful. Because you can't fish to get the sets. That doesn't work. Unfortunately, wait. I wonder, do you think anyone is farming the Dolmen? Well, if they are farming the Dolmens, there's a problem. Because do you think anyone's farming the Stormhaven Dolmens? Now, that's not ideal, because probably not, but if people are, we can contribute by closing the pylons and essentially being there, trying to help people. So we could try something like that. But I also don't know where they are. A lot of people don't know a whole lot about soccer. I will say though that soccer is pretty dope when you consider like the fact that the worst teams just like go off into oblivion. They're just lower their league. Like I think that would be cool. Like I was watching the NFL one season. I forget what team this was, and what's so dumb about it is they were like bragging that this team like went like 0-16 or whatever it was. I'm like, in the Premier League, if your team was 0-16, there'd be riots on the street because you'd be getting relegated to the lower league for being terrible. That's what I always found so fascinating about soccer. That's why I'm drawn to it, because the stakes are just so high. Like if you suck, they just you're gone. They get rid of you. And how's it going, Confused Slime? We need a better Stormhaven map. Stormhaven map. Yes, so hopefully there's no speed run for this, because we definitely are not going to do well in a speed run. There was a public dungeon that we could try, but did not work out for us in the other one. I think Dolmen's is probably our best route. One of the Dolmens is down here. Nobody's going to be farming the freaking Dolmens in Stormhaven. They're so far away from everything helpful. The actual athlete, the athleticism necessary to play soccer is pretty high. It's a lot of running. As someone who's played both soccer and football, I could tell you, I think football is very dependent on the position you play. If you play offense and defense, stuff like that too. Some sports just require different body types, versus others, and soccer is one of the ones where you have to be like exceptionally fit. Oh, the Dolmen is there. You see it in the distance. You think anyone's there doing it? What's the league like with LA Galaxy? I don't think the league with LA Galaxy does relegation. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, did it just get blown up? People are doing these, at least passively. I wouldn't watch that league. I don't find it as interesting. I think, honestly, if you're interested in soccer, you should watch the Premier League. I think it's the best league. When getting into, it's got a lot of diversity. When you're looking for types of things, I'm getting attacked here. I'm getting panicked. It's got a lot of things that you want, in my opinion. What's up, Jake? Need a Black Rose prison? Is that what you're asking? No relegation in the MLS. See, that's why I think it loses a little bit of oomph. That's Americans though. They ruin everything. And Messi comes to the freaking MLS, and then ticket prices go through the freaking roof too, which I'm like, that's ridiculous, because that was like one of the best reasons to not, that was one of the best things to do. So like, the coolest thing about soccer, in my opinion, compared to football or college football or hockey, is like, it's so cheap to go to the games. Like, pretty much anyone can go to the game super cheaply, super affordably, and America ruined that. Like, ticket prices were like hundreds of dollars to go see Inter Miami play when Messi was there. And I was like, how in the world do they ruin the one thing that American soccer had over all the other sports in America? So they ruined that very quickly, which is sad in my opinion. All right, where are the other Dolmens? Dolmen's up there. One is right here-ish. We don't have 50 gold, do we, though? Tactically, what we're going to do, though, is just teleport our way out of here. What are the best guilds on PlayStation 4? Unfortunately, I am not really antiquated with PlayStation 4 all that much. Unfortunately. Alright, I think that's the closest way shrine that we have. Yeah, MLS hurts my brain too, because it seems such a goofy league. Watch the Premier League if you're interested. There's so much stakes in it. Like, the stakes are super high. The games, there's a lot of firings, for managers. There's crazy fees involved. It's just overall is a really great league, in my opinion. I'm in Texas, was trying to surprise my son with tickets to see Messi. The aftermarket tickets were $750 each. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. For lack of a better way to phrase it, like, that's the hell. Not. Oh, I'm in the area where I'm not supposed to be, aren't I? Yeah, that's unfortunately how it is. They literally ruined it. I was like, you had one good thing going for you, and they scuffed it. Imagine being a season ticket holder though before Messi joined. You could have sold, you could have resold that if I don't know if it's something you could do. I passed. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but buy him a jersey or something. Even when they made the jerseys, they didn't make enough. So then even those prices went up to ridiculous rates. I was like, guys, Your job is so simple as a football club, and you ruined it. You just absolutely scuffed as evil frost wraith down there, whatever those things are called. You know, having the steed, I thought that I would really feel the effects. I don't think I'm feeling the effects, but I do feel like I would feel it if I didn't have it. I heard Final Fantasy XIV is coming to console, and there's been leaks about WoW coming to console as well. I don't really see it, but expanding the MMO community like that would be great. I do think it would take away a lot from ESO, unfortunately. Because interesting fact about myself is that my brother got into ESO right when I did, not even for the reasons that you would think. He played World of Warcraft, and this is just the only MMO that was on console at the time. Yeah, America is also not known for its great weather. Well, I guess it depends kind of on where the game is, but yeah, it's not compared to like European weather. You play on all consoles? If so, what console do you like best for ESO? I like it. I mean, I played on PC and I play on Xbox. I like it best on Xbox just because it feels much more simplistic. It feels much more toned down, easier to understand. Sometimes I feel like there's just too many UIs and things when you play on PC. I don't like keyboards and how keyboards and stuff feel. I do have a character there though. I played on beta and whatnot, but it's just not the way for me. I think we got to the Dolmen. Get here? That's like right here, isn't it? Oh god, there's nobody here. Panic! Alright, we're gonna hide. Loot around the Dolmen until it starts. Fun fact, by the way, if you don't attack these guys, they slowly die. A lot of people don't know that. Not that that's ever really relevant. Like, nobody's like, oh yeah, they're super fun strat. Just wait and hide. They will actually slowly die though. Saves does it cross over when you upgrade to PS5 on the same account? Say it's not possible. Huh. That is weird. I did not know that. When you start using add-ons do make the game significantly easier. Yeah. I don't really have an opinion on that. Some see. I don't know if I see add-ons as a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think people on PC should lose add-ons just because console can't have them. But I also think too that like add-ons need to be integrated into the main game. Oh, there's a chest. My first chest. I had to actually remember how to open a chest because it's been so long since I've done it manually. Oh my god. Oh dear lord. We're gonna. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh no. Yes. Shit. We didn't get anything good. Oh, there's people here. All right, don't worry, guys. We'll close these pylons for you, whatever these things are. Don't worry, guys. I got you. Like, I think when you have something like a really good add-on that you really should do, you should, do your best to make it into an actual thing that goes across all consoles. You know what I mean? You got this. You got this final boss here. I'll close this for you when you get him. I don't know if this gives me credit or not. It feels like it might, but I have no idea. You guys have any strong opinions on the add-ons and whatnot? Oh, please. Oh, was that one of the sets that we needed? Was it Dreamers? I actually don't think it is Dreamers. I think that's the wrong set. Well, you knock down all enemies near you. I mean, that's not terrible. I guess we could slap on some of the stuff since it's better than wearing nothing. Might as well wear something versus nothing. We start our fun run back to the next one. Run. What's sad too is this guy is literally faster than any mount he would possibly be able to get on top of. That's what drives me insane about mount speed. Like when they were designing the mount speed, I think that they could have done a little bit more. You know, I think that they could have had like the base be a little bit higher, because nobody should be faster than any mount. Like, for example, how many of us are faster than a horse? You know, maybe there's some of us that are faster than just a thoroughbred horse or a donkey, what have you. But I think majority of people are not. So I should not be able to just at base run faster than a mount, regardless of what type of mount it is. Tigers, lions, camels. I think that most people would still lose to one of those. The only thing that I really dislike about add-ons, though, too, just kind of going back to that, is I know that there was a big ban wave when people were using macros, which is basically like when your parse is done for you. Like people would click a button, say I press, button on my keyboard, and, on the keyboard, it then, automatically does my rotation for me, and I don't have to, like, do anything because of that. So part of me thinks that stuff like that is a little bit like cheating. And I mean, I think that they did like a mass ban wave for that. But I also don't like how that they do that, because there was a significant amount of people that were banned for stuff like that. And it's very hard to parse perfectly on console, like it certainly can be done, don't get me wrong, but it becomes a lot harder to do when you're in that situation. For the simple fact of, so for those of you who don't know, macros is kind of like, imagine like the bots on console that go around, pick up all the things, and they've got a preset thing. You can certainly do that. People cheat that way all the time. Generally, though, it's more so specific to people that are using these secret bots in all the starter zones. But on PC, it's very easy to do. People were making, I think, dedicated add-ons that could even do it. So that's where it had become a big problem. And the problem is not necessarily that people were parsing super high, but it's the problem that people were parsing super high and the developers were constantly changing things, making certain things potentially more difficult. For example, when they made the light attack changes, update 35, and that was very controversial. So stuff like that, I think, can kind of hurt the console community, because when they constantly make it harder to parse because of the numbers that PC is hitting, it can be a little bit cattywampus. The other thing too is not even just like the cheating element, because obviously everyone thinks cheating is wrong, but even just the fact that they get very good feedback on their numbers. So for example, like they can see like almost like a direct feedback, like how their parses were, how they were doing on it. And information like that is just so valuable, and not being able to get that as a console player, I think, also kind of hurts us. And I really wish that the developers would look at the information that they get that allows them to do better in parsing, and would port it over, because it's just so helpful. Like it's so helpful to just have that knowledge, that I wish that we could have it also, essentially. Oh wow, I was about to play, but Jake is live streaming. Yes, I am. Come say hello. Eddie Puppies was talking about that, and I definitely agree with that. It's interesting is I actually did not know that Eight Puppies played on Xbox for the longest time, until I saw one of his posts, and I was like, oh, he plays on Xbox. I also don't know if his name is like the same, like if it's the same as his YouTube name. So like my name is the same as like what my YouTube channel's name is. So I feel like it's easier for people to recognize me and be seen. I don't know if he does that or not. I have no idea. But it's cool that he does play on Xbox. Because the only other really big console creator I know is Paradox ESO plays on Xbox as well. I'm trying to think if I know any others that do YouTube. There's a lot of Twitch streamers, obviously. Like Sumo does Twitch, but doesn't do YouTube. I will say, if any of you are interested in getting started into content creation, don't start on Twitch. Twitch is terrible, especially for ESO, because fun fact, a lot of ESO YouTubers are embedded into the developers' homepages. So they basically consistently get bumped up, whereas you will not. So they basically get free embedded views. And I'm not saying that I like disagree with that by any means, or I have any strong opinions on embedded streams, but you know, Twitch puts all the top people who are getting the most views at the top, and you start at the bottom. So that's the unfortunate reality of content creation for brand new players if they're interested. Somebody said hello. Is the golden vendor worth investing into prior to update 40? Yes, I would still say, but you have to take it now with more of a grain of salt, excuse me, because I think now we're looking at it like the total cost to upgrade is going to be significantly cheaper, but there's still going to be some really good golden vendor rings that you don't want to pass up on because their value is going to be worth more. Because, for example, the easiest example, in my opinion, is like ones from dungeons. And in those situations, some dungeons are just terrible to farm. And so you might want to get that ring. That's another random world event, by the way, when those little portals spawn. Yeah, you know, yeah, there's like a bajillion people watching, but there's not that many people talking. And I'm not, please don't, you know, I don't want to get involved in controversy. I'm not saying that like this is a super negative thing and the developers shouldn't link to people in their streams and whatnot. I just look at it and I'm like, you know, as someone who wanted to pivot from YouTube to streaming to Twitch, I felt like I was constantly just like at a disadvantage, you know, like I can make a YouTube video and you know that, and even right now there's more YouTube viewers than there are Twitch viewers, which is, and that's how it's always been for me. Pretty much 99.99% of the time I've had more YouTube viewers than Twitch viewers, which is really not how it's supposed to be. YouTube, you know, doesn't do very good job of like showing off live streams to new people and doesn't do a whole lot of really help to people who are interested in making live stream content. So because of that, like there's a huge disadvantage that you have. Twitch should be giving you that advantage of, oh, you want to be a streamer? Well, this is a whole platform that's dedicated to streaming, you know? Somebody asks, Scrump asks, hey Jake, wanted to ask you, a new player, what can we sell as new players? Accidentally join a trade guild, don't want to look stupid. Easiest thing, raw materials, gold materials. Those are the easiest things. Just go around, pick up some materials, and sell those. You can sell consumables, bewitched sugar skulls, XP potions, perfect row. All of those things are really good to sell, but don't stress yourself out about it. If you're looking to make a little bit of money. But golden mats are probably the easiest. And if you can't make golden mats, say for example, you don't have your crafting lines leveled up, just sell raw mats. People will buy raw materials too. And the nice thing about stuff like fishing is fishing doesn't have a skill line to it. So you can basically at any level get into fishing and then bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. How do you stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same times? I use Streamlabs and I pay $15 for it. I only sassily throw in the $15 portion because it doesn't work well. Like you would think that if you're like using a paid service that, you know, you would get a little bit more oomph, you know, a little bang for your buck, but you don't get a whole lot of bang for the buck. So I only mentioned that a little bit sassily on there. But if you're interested, yeah, you can use Streamlabs. You can stream for free on Streamlabs if you stream to one platform at once. But you are able to now basically stream. You can dual stream essentially without having to fear wrath of YouTube or Twitch. So you can do that. Twitch used to put up kind of these weird barriers and say, "Oh, you guys can't do that." No. You know, it used to have all sorts of weird rules. Like, say for example, I make a Twitch video or Twitch stream. It's you and me, we're all here together having fun, and I want to take some of those clips and put them on YouTube. You just have to wait like a week or two before you could do that, or you'd be in breach of your Twitch contract and all sorts of weird stuff. there's just so many weird things out there that if you're getting into content creation, you just have to watch out for, because it's just like stuff that's just dumb, like stuff that just makes you go like, why, where you're just like, really, this is what we're concerned about. Like if I upload my Twitch clips to YouTube, you would think that that would draw in more people to a Twitch stream, in the future, but not how it goes in their mind, unfortunately. But they did change it, so maybe it is how it kind of went in their mind. Did they answer all your questions, by the way? I know there was a couple questions about Twitch and YouTube and Xbox and add-ons and things. So I help answer all the questions. The thing that drives me the most insane is, as you can see right here, I'm actually going to refresh it to hope that it fixes itself, is the chat box sometimes only populates with Twitch chat and leaves completely out of YouTube chat, which is exceptionally annoying when you have people who want, because a lot of times I'll try to say like so-and-so said this, that way everyone's kind of in the loop on who's saying what and what the conversation's about. But it really should be on the screen. And if anyone knows any services or things that put Twitch chat over to YouTube chat or YouTube to Twitch chat, that way it can be seen easier, please let me know. I'm suffering. Like, I would love nothing more than for you guys to be able to see what each other is saying a little bit more seamlessly, because it drives me insane. All right, where's the next? Oh. As you can see, like, messages are being put in the YouTube chat, and they're not here yet. Well, actually, no. See, one did. Do I play on Xbox? I do play on Xbox. Can you still proc out off other sets? Can you still proc out off other set procs? For Hammer set curses from Hugh's Bane requiring damage with scaling off, so it's having, yes. To answer the question that I think that you are asking, I believe the answer is yes. In that you procs can work together. I think that's what you're kind of saying. Like the number one example of that is like fire procs procking other fiery things. Those do work together. I will warn you though that ESO is not the most what's the strength based way to phrase this, was not coded the best way it could have been. So there's not always things that should work sometimes don't work, and sometimes things that should work. So take that all with a grain of salt, but in theory, yes, they should be able to work together and combine together. And I do love proc sets too. I've whenever I'm like teaching somebody new to ESO about what proc sets are and how they work, I always feel like it's such a complicated topic, but if you break it down to its like bare bones components, doesn't have to be as complicated. I want to take a quick break and see if any of these mines have decent amounts of chest spawns in them, because we are slowly getting through the sets that we need. Like, this is going to be like a 20-hour speed run here at this rate. We got another Night Terror ring. I guess we can slap that on. Oh, actually, this is actually pretty helpful. This is, as a two-piece goes... Oh, wait, put the wrong one on. Reduce the radius you can be detected while sneaking by 2 meters. That would actually be fairly helpful, at least for us to have while we're doing this. So that's good to have. Let's hope that there are some decent enemies. Or not enemies, what am I saying? Let's hope that there's some decent loot here. We're in desperate need of lockpicks. I mean, the provisioning recipes are, we'll not likely use them on this character, but future me can use them on another character. I started buying rubedite ingots for 2,000 and selling for 4,000, then buying more for 2,000 and cycle and repeat. And most of my gold is in stock, is in selling in a gold store owned by Materials Industry. Fun fact: when I started ESO the first time, that was my money making method as well. Also, I would do enchanting for people. So guild traders didn't always used to exist. So what I would do is basically I would offer to craft enchantments for people that people needed. I would just put out in zone chats, like different messages and stuff like, oh, hey, anyone need any busty enchantments? And then people would respond and I'd give them their enchantments. And I really wish I had the ability to see. The nice thing is, the worst absolute possible way we could do this, the absolute backing up plan of backup plans, is going to be we level up to 50, we level up our scrying, and we go buy these sets. That's the backup plan. That's like the worst case scenario to complete this challenge. I'm hoping we don't have to do that, because if we had the sets, we could probably do this exceptionally easily. The problem is just getting the first set that can deal damage, or that first possible way to deal damage, is just such a hard-fought thing for us to get. But if you're a new player right now watching this, raw materials is the best way to make gold, in my opinion, as like a brand new character. Doesn't require anything. You don't have to do anything super special. You don't even have to be in a guild. You can just sell it in the zone chat. And it's super profitable, and there's always a market for it. So there used to be this mythic that was going to come out, right? And what was alleged, or what was going to be tested, was it basically increased the rates and stuff that you could farm resources and blah blah blah. And it never came out, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it. But really, I think the biggest thing, reason it did not come out, was due to the fact that it would basically take away partially from the new player experience. Heavy sacks? Where are the chests? It would take away from the new player experience from being able to pick up raw materials and make gold off of them. My GM just gave me 3 pieces of Mother Sorrow. There you go. And if you want to grind Mother Sorrow, like there's a ridiculous, I don't actually have a map. There's a delve that's like right here-ish, Lady Laurel's Shelter. It is ridiculously good for chest spawns and for your ability to get the stuff that you like. You could get a lot of Mother Sorrows pieces from the chest there. There's a Delve boss there, so obviously you can kill the Delve boss. And Plague Doctor, the other set that drops from there, is also not too shabby also. What role do you like playing the most? You get pretty bad wrist pain when I try to play DPS. I've always spamming, so I play tank. I personally prefer DPS. I've done healing before. Not a huge fan of that, but it is a decent, alternative for me at least. I don't like tanking. I feel like there's too much pressure on me to maintain uptimes and things, and knowing myself, I would probably fail at it. So that's why I've not done it. Am I trying to get to 50? I hope not. Like that's the easiest way I could complete the challenge. It'd be just grinding to 50, but that would be exceptionally painful. There's no chests in here. Did we just go deeper in the mine? It looks like, oh no, we looped around. Yeah, and I love fishing. Another heavy sack. What? Why are they giving us all these freaking heavy sacks? We're in the worst zone in ESO pretty much for selling sets, right? Like absolute hot garbage, right? And the game is like, we know you're in a terrible zone, so we're not going to give you chests because nothing sells from here. What you want is a heavy sack. And I'm like, no, I don't want a heavy sack. What I want is for you to give me some chests so we can roll for the items that we need. But they are just not coming. I get notifications from every Tom, Dick, and Harry streaming on Twitch, but had to see you're live on YouTube to know you're streaming on Twitch too, dude. Yes, or Rude, excuse me. I have my mouse over that. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Twitch just doesn't like me because I'm like a little baby on there. I'm just a little tiny content creator. We are trying to increase our Twitch numbers, though. Hopefully, we can eventually join the Twitch stream team. Not super hopeful, because we were rejected last time, and our YouTube stream views and whatnot would easily make us qualify. So not super hopeful. But if you're watching this and you want to help make us look more credible, hit the subscribe button and hit the follow button on Twitch, and then subscribe on the YouTube if you would not mind. Help us look credible in the eyes of the ESO developers. They reject me again. Backup plan: we become a full-time Premier League soccer streamer. I created a Arcanist Catboy just to get Bloodroot wine. I don't know what that fully means, and I feel like I know that there was some super rare item in the game that, like, is that a chest in the distance? Is that a chest behind? No, I don't think that is. There's some like rare wine in the game that you can get from somewhere, and I thought about making a video on it, and I still might at some point. When I do videos on rare items, I always try to make it with a bit of grain of, like, I want it to be valuable too, because there's rare items that are worth, like, 100p, and obviously not super helpful for you. If you're like, oh, Jake, I got this, I grinded for 10,000 hours, and guess what I got? I got a flower, and the flower's worth 100 gold pieces. Woo! So sometimes rare is not always useful. So I try to keep that in mind when I'm making stuff and talking about those types of things. We're going to do some quick research, actually. We're going to do some quick research. I'm going to switch to a DK real quick. I believe corrosive armor, it's going to damage it's going to damage him, though. It's an attacking ability, technically. It doesn't just reflect. Is there anything that just reflects? I have not used this character in so long. Horcrux is coming back to Xbox to get permaban on PC. How do you get permaban on PC? What the heck? Alright. Yeah, that's technically not helpful. And I try to keep that as my whole shtick. So I was always looking for something to bring in intros, because YouTube is always like, it used to be the like and dislike button was so important on YouTube, but then people, like, politicians started making YouTube channels, and they all got mass downvoted. So then they were like, oh, we're going to change the algorithm around. So now it's how long people watch your videos is the most important thing. And so because of that, it has basically, I have to kind of take everything with a grain of salt, where I'm like, ooh, I need to make sure, oh, we can get defensive posture. I need to make sure that people are watching, past, I think it's like 15 seconds and then 45 seconds and stuff like that. YouTube has little different things that they have. So because of that, I was like, man, I need something good to, like, grip people immediately. That's how the puns and things came around. So defensive posture would be something that we could use. And then I reflect the next harmful attack back at them. That's interesting. Is there anything else that does that? That's probably it. Yeah, because even all the stuff, I'm just thinking, like, different classes. Is there any class that, like, reflects damage? I don't think that there is. But I think that's the play right there, is to level up the old two-hander. But I don't know if we're leveling it up right now, because we haven't attacked with it, and I think you might have to level it up. Oh god. Such a goofy name. And I don't know Arcanist very well, so I don't know about that. Am I good at PvP? I like to think so. I wonder if, like, no, you can't. I wonder if blocking, because, like, you have to. Warden has the projectile shield morph that allows you to deflect damage shield. Let's take a look at that real quick, just to see if there's any more optimal way that we could do this. I'm actually worried that we're not going to be able to level up our sword and shield ability until we technically get into combat with an enemy, which is hilarious because we're level 7 and we've still not killed anything. Who's a warden? You're a warden, right? Yep. He's a Stormhaven too. Perfect. All right. This character has not seen use in so long. Which one was it in? That heals. They absorb projectiles. Oh, I appreciate that, but that, that'd be a little bit cheating. Does rating other ESO streamers on Twitch help promote your channels to others? I'm not sure. I've tried to do that before and it didn't work out super great. The only problem is like, even if I would get to what is this? Crystalline Shield 2. I'm gonna look to see what this morphs into. Hang on. Take a peek here. Crystallized Shield. And then I'm wondering if Arcanist has anything. Might check that out too. This is almost like a bit of a dry run. Alright. Grant you major heroism. That's not helpful. Greatly increases the shield strength. Absorbing the projectile launches an icy bolt back at the attacker, damaging and stunning them, but you no longer restore ultimate. That is interesting. I'm gonna check the Arcanist real quick and see if he's got anything good going on. That beautiful girl on Final Fantasy XIV does good cheesy jokes too. That's why I kept watching. Really? It's interesting is like, not to say that like I came up with this all on my own, but like I didn't, there was some content creator styles that I was thinking about like copying, kind of like where you like cut to a portion of the video that's like super interesting, and then putting that at the beginning to draw interest. But I was like, the puns and stuff I kind of came up with on my own. Does the Arcanist have anything that reflects damage? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Do you see it? The first time you take damage, the shield retaliates and deals damage, and it scales off your armor. Oh no, Scrumpy, I believe you. I was like, man, that's kind of crazy. But I could see it too, You need something that kind of grips the people at the beginning, which means that we're going to have to make another new character and make him an Arcanist. But look at this. This is the second ability in. Does any of these other things do things that are helpful? That reduces their armor. Major protection the first time you heal you. Resolve. This could be it though. What does this morph into? This could be it. This could be it. I think we're onto something. I think 2 hours in exactly, we've picked it all. We put the pieces together, because now we'll be able to do this thing called damage, which is going to be phenomenally helpful for us. Because when you can kill things, you can farm sets, and then you can farm more sets. This is the beginning of something great, everyone. You guys, 2 hours in, are here for the turnaround. Oh yeah, true. What do these ultimates do? What? Gather the true strength Apocrypha around you, forming a tentacle and a damage shield that does 60% of all damage, up to 48,000 damage, scaling off your max health. When the shield collapses, you deal out damage based on absorbed magic. So it's not me dealing damage to them, it's their damage coming back at them. This is phenomenal. This is incredible. We have figured it out. Together, we did it. Now we know what we have to do. Unfortunately, we're going to need new name suggestions because this poor bastard is going to have to be deleted. So, put out your name suggestions. Unfortunately, Hot Doggeria is going to have to go to the ether. And I can only delete one more character today, which means that if Arcanist is not the play, we're going to have to buy another character token. Did your service well. Thank you, sir. Alright, so we need an Arcanist. Ebonheart Pact. If only. I still think that Imperial's the way to go, because that's going to give us health, stamina, shield proficiency. Probably still the most helpful. We'll randomize them twice for good luck. Okay, we'll take them. All right, everyone. Throw out the name suggestions. First come, first serve. We're also going to reset the chat box because it itself is lagging again. Kickarg. Alright, we'll give it a shot. If this is secretly going to get me banned, we're going to try it. Can you put symbols like this in? Oh, that is not how you type that. My keyboard that I use for ESO versus my actual computer keyboard is very different. It worked. Odin's beard says uncanny. I like to think it is. Little pimp. So things are going to scale off of our health. So health is going to be essential. Now, but you see, now we have a purpose, everybody. And now we have a secret. Now we can get XP even easier because we can heal people without damaging others. We can get credit so much easier. We have found the cheat code for this run. Is anything in here going to be helpful? Don't think so. I think this is all going to be things that are going to damage people. So none of that's helpful. Now we go. Dr. Deflect is incredible as a name, and I wish that you were the first person to comment that because that is incredible. We can always change the name, though, after the challenge is over. We truthfully have no idea if he's going to successfully be able to complete this, but I'm having a lot of faith here. All right, so speedrun strats. We're going to get this way shrine unlocked. That's going to give us some free XP. And then we are going to the Alik'r Desert, everybody. Did we bind these? Oh, look at that. We can heal, which is incredible, because my original plan to heal is to go to Cyrodiil. So those of you who don't know, Cyrodiil does have a main story mission that you can do. It's super easy. Just kind of introduces you to Cyrodiil and whatnot. And what's so nice about it is you get alliance points that you basically levels up your alliance skill line. So, Joy, we went through the Nightblade route. We did the math. It was painful. The problem with Nightblades is pretty much everything they do is they attacks others. And because of that, when you attack others, you lose the run. So, because of that, we were in this situation where everything that we did attacked others, so we tried to use the stealth to get treasure chests. Well, the treasure chests were taking way too long to get, so we were in a situation where we didn't have gear that we could use to be able to damage people, and we were running into that as a problem. But Arcanists have the ability for us to get and level up skills that can deal damage, which means that once we've leveled up enough in the Alik'r Desert, we'll be able to actually go and do what we need to do to get some sets that are going to make this also a little bit more easier on us. No, you're good. It's a great question for those of you who are new too, because we originally tried a Warden and we had a similar problem. So Wardens have the ability to get the skills that we need, but it's not till level 30, so it's like getting to level 30 on a skill line is going to be painful. So this was really this is the new strat. And feel free to gank me in Cyrodiil. I feel fairly confident in my ability to do Cyrodiil fairly well. I've been Emperor, 3 times. So I feel confident in my ability. Oh, see, now this is beautiful, because now when we heal people, we get points for what they do. So we're getting experience. I do appreciate the Black Rose Prison offer, but it's got to be organic, like we're doing a speed run. Imagine it's got to be like any one of us, came in and wanted to do this challenge. Anyone can join social guilds. Anyone can, go to the Alik'r Desert and type LFDG. You know what I mean? That's why I want this to be like an everyone can do this type challenge. Come on, fellas, kill it. Did not get credit for the kill, unfortunately. That is going to be the problem, but see, we're already level 4. Hopefully, too, what we'll get soon is some XP scrolls from leveling up. Do I want to... Oh, wait. Which one of these is the one that we need? Fellas, we can do damage. It's all over. We can do damage. I guess we should put this almost on like our... I guess I can use it on my B. I have a little setup. Oh, look at it. It's so beautiful. And my guy is wiry, Be careful. Oh, wait, we're going to put on our baker's outfit. Hang on. He's got the baker's mustache. He does look a little old to be a baker, but that's all right. I guess it's not like bakers like die at the age of 30, so I don't know why age would be a super thing. He's a more seasoned baker, if you will. That's what he looks like, a seasoned baker. I did not notice the arm tattoos. That's going to make it hard for us to get certain types of jobs, but that's okay. Group, hopefully. Oh, I'm at the top. That's awkward. Can't travel to myself. Trying to a healer Arcanist. I don't know what sets I should focus on. Not looking at something meta right now, but mid tier to focus on. Are you looking for more like a PvP healer, PvE healer? Because they're very different, unfortunately. And feel very confident. 28k pen on level 10. That is a lot. Spell Power Cure is a great option too, by the way. That was a great suggestion. We'll say that YouTube live streaming is better as it's not randomly forced to watch a commercial mid-sentence. Yes. I don't know how YouTube does it, actually. I think I could force everyone to go to a YouTube ad break on YouTube. Like, I could be like, all right, I'm going to drink some water. Everyone watch an ad. But, who's to say that they're going to come back then? Like, what if everyone's like, fuck this guy, he sent me to an ad break. It's obvious. We got the chest. I almost feel I feel so confident now. Now it's like we're not even gonna stop until the challenge is done. We're gonna go all the way until Malabal is dead. What do you guys think? Do we go until Malabal's dead? I mean, we could stop to like eat food or something, but I'll stay on stream. You guys can watch me drink water and eat cheesecake or something. I don't know. I'm so confident now. Like this is incredible. I think I might continue to do this until we can get it leveled up just a bit more, and then we're gonna go try to pick up some sets, and then we're in business, big boy business. Twitch too laggy. Does Twitch lag more than YouTube does? Read, watch the ad. Thank you. We'll move this around too. Unfortunately, YouTube chat. only it pops up on my phone, so I always want to make sure that I can see it because it takes a lot longer to pop up, and I don't want to be that guy that's constantly missing your messages. I was watching a YouTube streamer stream a game that I watch, and I put messages in the chat, and they didn't even acknowledge me. I kind of hurt. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I didn't want to talk to anyone. So Spell Power Cure is great. The only thing that I would say is better is if you're looking for PvP, I really like Transmutation as a good option. Especially depending on what you want to do, ball group type stuff versus, just giving certain types of buffs. Being a PvP healer, I think also depends to like what kind of class you are, different types of buffs that you want to give people. Those are the things that you kind of have to consider more too. Ooh, can it be morphed? Oh, that's not what we needed. Well, I guess this is, what does this one do? Oh, this is the one that, does this do anything helpful? It reduces their thing, and this one heals yourself. This one, a life steal. Ooh. Is minor life steal that comes from an ability technically cheating? I don't know if I know the answer to that, because it's not saying you deal X amount of damage. It's just saying you apply minor life steal. Interesting. We're gonna not use it right now just to avoid controversy, but if we feel like we need to, we will come back and utilize it. But that's interesting. Oh, we also need to grab our which one is that? The ritual. That's not helpful. I do think that Powerful Assault is pretty good. I think it just depends too. You also got to remember too, it depends. Trials, dungeons. With the new Endless Archive, like that's going to be unique, like because the sets and stuff that you're going to use for that are very different. Thank you for the subscription. I wish I was a gamer boy. Very unique name, by the way. I feel like you could you just become a gamer boy. I'm more casual, more PvE right now, but I'd like to help in PvP from time to time. Spell Power Cure is definitely something that would work well in both. I mean, nothing that says it wouldn't do good in both situations. So would the other one that was suggested, Powerful Assault, is also pretty good. Transmutation, I think, is really something that's much more PvP focused, but it just depends. Do combat pets count? Deaths count in PvP, meaning we shouldn't use pets in PvP. I mean, technically, no. I mean, PvP pets, deaths doesn't. I mean, I guess I'm confused slightly as to what you mean. Heals over time, grants ultimate. I think the heal over time is probably more helpful for us. I wonder if we're strong enough to kill a Delve boss. That's what I'm wondering. I'm going to try to get it to where it can morph before we go. We are also so slow. I need to go grab. I think I might go grab the steed token or totem. It's not even a totem. It's a freaking Mundus Stone. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Now that crown gifting is back too, I think I finally might take the time to go out and get all the Mundus Stones and try to buy them with gold. Tested Runic Sunder, it does deal damage. My question though is for our challenge run, obviously if somebody attacks you and you deal the damage back to them, that's totally within the rules. But if we're applying minor life steal, that's where I'm like, is that cheating? Not an attack in your eyes. I think what I'm going to do to avoid controversy is not use it yet, but we're going to potentially use it later depending on when the storyline starts. Oh, so and do they get points? No, they don't get points for that. You might get XP. Maybe they get XP, but I don't think they get alliance points unless I'm completely off the rocker here, which is totally possible. Is this ready to morph yet? Hello? Oh my gosh. Why do you level up so slowly? All right, we are going to quickly go grab that Mundus Stone, which I thankfully submitted correctly. Also, great thing in the message of the day there. If you play ESO and you're not able to crown gift, you can submit a ticket for it to be re-added to your account. So crown gifting is back, but there's this, process that they're doing to make sure that everyone that meets a certain criteria is captured, but not everyone is. I actually don't even think I can crown gift. Hang on, let me see. I need to see something cheap that I would be able to crown gift because I'm broke. Yep, I haven't unlocked it, so I have to actually submit a ticket for myself. Still. Well, you can get decent amounts of AP from killing people. It just depends, what their alliance rank is, and all those other little factors that go into how they calculate all that mumbo jumbo. I hate that I'm the first one at the top of the list. How do you submit a ticket? I will show you once we get here. Got you. Once we get through these loading screens. Thank you for the subscription, Tom Ricard. Thank you. So all you need to do is you go to help, customer service, select a category, and then I believe it's character issues. I want to say group activities, maybe. I think that's what it is. I think that's how you do it. And then you just type in the description like, hey, I need crown gifting for favor. Are they leaving or are they coming? I think they're leaving it. So we should be going to this one, right? Yep. That's how you can submit a ticket. Also, if you get scammed for crowns, make sure you report it in that same way that I showed you. ESO will ban people that scam people on ESO, whether it's, crown gifting or another type of scamming. I just encourage people to do that because there's a lot of people that try to scam people. Obviously, that's not okay. Kind of creates a distrust in the community. So I would encourage you, if you do get scammed, to report it. Most of the time, too, if you can, just do it through zone chat or whisper or guild chat or whatever, because you can say, too, when you submit a ticket, conversation occurred with the crown gifter at 4:02 Eastern Time. Chat was between me, such and such person. There was an agreement for blah, blah, blah. And they can go read it. What is the most annoying skill line to max out? Ooh. Psijic Order, Mages Guild, Ledgerman, Excavating, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood. There's quite a few that are really terrible, there's quite a few that are up there. What do you guys think? There's immediately Gamer Boy went to Psijic or Mages Guild. I don't know if I agreed. I don't know if I agree with that. I actually, if I had to pick something to level up, that would be the worst. Like, say for example, this character needed all the skill lines maxed up for whatever reason. What would I not want to do? I almost lean towards Thieves Guild, especially because it's like 12 is the max. This is such a stupid number. Mages Guild is bad. You also have to remember, too, that a lot of people can cheat with their Mages Guild because they're just like, oh, I'm just going to use these add-ons. You can't really use add-ons as easily. Thieves Guild only takes 2 hours, so it isn't too bad. Really? You think you can get enough? Well, can you get enough Thieves Guild to get to max it out all the way at least to level 12? Dark Brotherhood costume is cool. Dark Brotherhood is at least less painful. Excavating and scrying also takes a hot minute too. You get to submit directly on the ESO homepage. Yes. So Joy, you can submit tickets too through the ESO homepage. I believe even if you don't select the right category, though, they're still able to help you. But I know that there's more categories when you go to the ESO homepage to submit tickets. I don't know why that is, though. I don't know what design choice had enabled that, but that is, you are probably correct. Oh man, we are just getting crazy amounts of XP. I feel it in my loins. I mean, it's still important, Joy, you know? It's still important that you guys can give crowns back and forth. Just coveting quests over and over on Thieves Guild takes about 2 hours. Interesting. Maybe I should time myself trying to level up all the storylines. How long do you think it takes to do Scrying, though? Even Mages Guild, like, realistically, how long do you guys think it would take to do the Mages Guild? Like, if you were just pulled up, say you were a console player, so make it as hard as possible. You pull up a map on your phone and you just went and picked up stuff to level up your Mages Guild. Maybe, too, you did the Mages Guild, daily quests, too. So a lot of people don't do the Mages Guild daily quests to get experience, but you can get a good chunk of experience that way, and I would encourage you guys to. Oh, it's so close to leveling it up. I think we're gonna pop our XP scrolls like a little slut that we are, because I want to get this going as fast as possible. 5 hours, you think, with Mages Guild? How long do you think Scrying, though, would take? Because Scrying is painful. The only thing that saves Scrying, in my opinion, is if you do like go to every zone and get yourself a good chunk of leads. Like, you do all the purples in every zone, it's like 300,000 gold or something crazy. Like, you could just go from zone to zone to zone and get like 3k or 300,000 gold, which is a lot. Even for PC, that's still a good chunk of money. And that doesn't include all the money you get from the blues and the greens and shit. That's just like the purples. Be healed, everybody. Enjoy my contributions to the fight. 5 hours for Scrying, too. I guess it also depends, too, like, how good you are at Scrying. So my friend did it. He didn't have any skill points, so he was Scrying, and he constantly didn't have, like, you know, like when you Scry, you can use different abilities to connect the things faster and whatnot. He didn't have those, so his leveling up was painful. So it also, I guess, depends on how many extra skill points you have. Scrying only takes 3 hours if you do it right, I thought. I don't think you could do it in 3 hours. I don't think you could. I think it's got to be at least 5 minimum. I think even that's optimistic. I could be wrong. I could totally be off base here. But that's my initial thought. Thanks, Jake. Submitted my ticket. Appreciate you. Anytime, my man. And obviously, if you guys have questions, suggestions, or ideas while you're here, we can chit-chat about anything. This is just a little challenge to do in the background while I can talk to you guys. Next time I might go to Cyrodiil, we'll see. Cyrodiil is always such a risky thing for me because sometimes I feel like I'm on it, and other times I'm like, oh, playing terrible. I feel like if you guys watch me stream Battlefield or something like that, or FIFA, where either sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I'm off of it. It's also harder to read chat too when you're doing something like stressful, like, you know, like Battlegrounds, Cyrodiil, Trials, and stuff, because you got to be focused on two kind of separate things, you know? Like, you want to be focused on you guys, but you also want to make sure too that you're, you know, not getting ran through like a bullet train. Be healed, everybody. This is also great because I've needed an Arcanist. Not really understanding what the name convention that you guys went with means, but it's a great way to have one. Thanks for live streaming, Jake. I got to go get my tickets so I can actually get some adulting done today. Well, good luck. I'll see you later, Joy. Thank you for stopping by. What camp do you play and what alliance? Oh, campaign. At first I was like, you mean alliance? Then you had asked about alliance. So I will flip between Greyhost and Blackreach depending on queue times, you know, all sorts of other little nitty gritty things. Sometimes I, you know, when I'm trying to go with friends, do PvP. and there's like a 30-person queue for blue and gray host, we'll go to black reach. I do try to go to gray host usually because I feel like the battles there are a little bit better, but truthfully, I do a lot more damage and kill a lot more people in black reach. So sometimes if I want to pick up my self-esteem, I'll go there. Just depends, you know. Everyone's got their favorite campaign, you know. I did really used to love Ravenwatch, but literally like 0 people go to Ravenwatch. Like Ravenwatch, in my opinion, is really cool. Conceptually, I think everyone's like on an even playing field, so it comes down to like these really even fights. It comes down to who's better at skill and whatnot. But then, you know, nobody goes there, so it's really not a test of any of those things because nobody's there. Can you send stuff like trebuchets and stuff? Yeah, you can send that. There's some things that you can't, like the I think keep recall stones. I don't think you can give to other people. Your lancers you can't give to other people. Stuff like that you can't. But majority of things you can sell or give to them. Oh man, I'm blue. Well, I mean, you know, do you want me to be in a different alliance? Why does nobody buy a stack of 200 mother of pearl? Well, I could give you a generic answer. I don't know how helpful it will be to you, but as someone that used to sell bewitched sugar skulls as like the only way that he would make money, right? I would consistently sell it in small stack sizes because a lot of people don't want to buy a whole lot of stacks. They want to have just enough for what they need to do, and that's it. That's all that they want. So that's why it can be sometimes harder to sell bigger stacks, even if you're selling it at a discount, because somebody might only need it, you know, I'm trying to think what you would use powder, but maybe they only want to make, you know, a couple powder, or not powder mother pearl, maybe they only want to make a couple Artam takeaway broths, or, you know, maybe they only want to make some, you know, the pickled fish bowls, you know, they don't want to make like 50 of them, they only might want to make like, you know, 5 for their own personal use. That's where it can become, you know, a little tricky to sell those types of big stack sizes. And what's going on, Newton? For the Witches Festival, you no longer have to blow the whistle to get double XP. Yes, you just have it passively. I do wish that there was like a way that you could tell. That way I'm not just like losing my mind, like assuming that it, you know, is active. Because like I'm like half terrified that like I could activate it in my mementos or whatever. Where do they put that in? Is it tools? Like blow this and I get something special. Like now I'm gonna gain more XP. I don't know. I'm like kind of scared now. Not necessarily a single stack. I would look to see. So one of the best suggestions for if you're looking to getting into selling things, I just realized too that I have like the ugliest mascara on or whatever that is. You can go and you can see all the things that are selling. I would try to find, like, you know, if you're looking at alloys, like see here, stack of 8 sold, you know, here you see 50 stack of Berez juice sold, you know, 200 honing stones, 200 grain solvents. And sometimes the cheaper stuff sells in bigger bulk, but the more pricey things don't. I would just try to look to see if you can find some, check other listings. I would try to sell it in lower stack size, even lower than 100, maybe even like 25, 50. I'm trying to think, does anyone know off the top of their head what it's divisible of? Like, do you usually use 4 powdered mother of pearl in recipes? Use 3, 5, 10, 8? I can't remember off the top of my head how much it is to make some of the things. That's something to keep in mind, though, too. Like, how many things do you generally need to make one thing with that specific component? That's important. Come on, show me the money. Oh, I think we unlocked the ability to get an ultimate. Now we are golden. I think we're ready to do the main storyline. I think we're ready. Which of these is more helpful? This one's probably more helpful. Reducing their damage done. Heal yourself and apply mine. Oh, I remember because we were like, does life still count? Is that kind of cheating? I think we'll leave it as is. But now we can get this big boy. And this is going to be incredible. So now, everyone, we are finally going to do the first mission in the main storyline. I know you guys are probably absolutely ecstatic. Now we just need to go find it. Because for some reason, generally, it shows up right away. And we need to go get it. Later, Jake. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the stream. See you later, Backwood Jedi. And yeah, Nathan suggested stacks to 30. That's probably a decent shout, too. I was thinking more like 20-ish, but 30 is probably a good option. So now we're going to go to Daggerfall, and we are going to beat the ESO main storyline. 2 hours and 30 minutes in. We are ready. We could go potentially grind out some sets, but we're going to try to do the first quest just to see how it goes. And honestly, maybe we can complete it fully like this. I need to kind of get an idea of what my skills do here. So this heals. This is going to taunt, reduces damage incoming. And this is a shield. And the first time it deals back. And then we have our ultimate. All right. Yeah, and they're kind of confusing. You know, most people don't ever look at the main storyline, not sure why. Easy way to max out Isabel, rep, and good XP. I think a lot of people just don't see a value in it because you don't get really anything super special. You know, you save the entire world, universe even. You know, you save quite a few people, and you don't really get anything super good. So I think that's part of the reason why. That people just don't do it. And if you've done it once, you know, it's kind of like, why do it again? There we are, still at it, but we have made progress. We are ready to do the first. I guess I can leave this group. I'm like still here, and I want them to be like, why is he in the main story mission? I love the mustache. Well, this was randomly generated, so thankfully we were given something good. On our third character, the other two are dead. Do you think Dragon Blood will drop in value anytime? Hello? Is this not the mission that I'm supposed to be in? Did I just go into my own home? Is that what I did? Yeah, see, there's no reason to save the world. We know. Oh, it's the house the next one over. I'm like, what? The soul magic ulti is the strongest in the game, but most people don't realize it because they don't do the main story mission. Interesting point. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I do think that it's good. I don't know if it's the best, but I do think it is a great reason why. Oh, I've been knocked out. Now we have our BDSM cutscene. Just look at that, how that's like chained around his neck. That can't be comfortable. I don't know how anyone's into that, you know? This is where they suck the soul out of you. Not in a good way. Alright, so now we are technically in the tutorial, which is odd because we skipped it, but we had to skip it because you have to kill things in the tutorial zone. Oh yeah, I mean, the ultimate itself is actually really good. I don't know if it's necessarily the best, just because there's so many good things. All right, Lyris, we are going to become very good friends in the next few hours because I am going to defeat Malabal with you and not do what 90% of the players do that you meet with and probably skip over the main storyline. All right, now we just need to defeat the prison guard. Oh, Lyris is here too. Come on, hit me. Hit me. Oh, well, that was a waste of our ultimate. Thank you, Lyris. That was amazing. This is a very interesting looking bubble. I don't know anyone that really uses the Arcanist bubble, but it's interesting to look at. Hodor. I guess Lyris maybe could have just did the whole thing for us too. We're all so worried about this. I mean, at some point too, obviously we were gonna have to kill things. I think. I mean, maybe you have a companion with you for the majority of it. All right, buddy. All right, Buster. All right, stop hitting Lyris. Hit me. Do it. Do your worst. Bam! Look at that. 2,000 damage right to him in the face. Hit me. Come on. Hello? Oh. Ooh, this one's got a lot more health than the other one. Be a shame if somebody stood here patiently and waited for you to kill yourself. Boom. You want to do that again? A couple more times? Come on, you want to do it? Bam! Ah! Oh no, we might need to get sets after this. 2 more damage. Bam! Ah! Ooh! I know this is the high tier gameplay that you were all waiting for. Boom! Shakalaka. Here comes the dynamite. Bam! Lyris, what the hell were you doing? Get knocked out? I really hope that there's not any elite dungeon bosses in this dungeon or this new area. I don't even remember what it's like. I've not done the tutorial in so long, and I'm now deathly afraid that it's going to be painful. Alright. Please don't have a lot of enemies. Oh no. Alright, Forge Master. Oh, yeah, how do you like these apples? No, don't hit Lyris, hit me. Wait, does this taunt? Hang on, I think this taunts him. Aha! Now we can guarantee that they hit us. And he actually attacks decently fast. I don't know what the last person was on. Maybe she was a little smart. She's like, every time I hit him, it hurts. Maybe I should stop doing that. I wonder if I have to keep reactivating the ability too, before it just keeps doing it. No, they get to keep reactivating it. It hit me again. What the heck? Do your worst. Bam. Me again. I mean, we're literally killing an elite tier boss here. This is what we've been waiting for the whole run. Boom. It is just that easy. We are up to level 8. What's rune blades do? Probably something where we can't use. We can't use rune blades. Restores magicka stamina. I think really all we need is these. It's our X and our B. I might get rid of our Y because it kind of feels a little weird, a little clunky. We're going to put this on the Y because it's our heal. All right, this really should be the focus. A set with heroism might be good, but I think something that allows us to block and deal damage back too might be even more helpful. Because if we're doing multiple types of reflection, that's probably going to be the most helpful thing for us to do. Come on. I don't know why we didn't just run past this enemy now that I think about it. It's not like we need the experience. Oh, what the heck? Who the heck? Oh, other people are here. I didn't know that you would be in the same area. Hey there, pal. Don't mind me. Oh, never mind. Oh, wait. No, I don't have to kill that guy. I gotta kill whoever's up here. Yeah, heroism could be good. We're also generating like 0 ultimate, which is probably the problem. Can I just whack you and that defeats you? Hello? Oh, goodbye, guys. Lyris, take him down. Does that technically count as an attack? We had to whack him. Oh god, what have I done? Run. I do think though a set with heroism will probably be the ideal way to do this. Oh, please tell me I'm not. Oh god. Alright, go ahead, hit me. Oh, the only way to deal it back to him is to let him freaking knock you on your ass. Oh, what the hell? Come on, Lyris, do your thing. Oh, we gotta go see Cadwell, the homie. Oh, it's this way. I love this game too. I played WoW 10 years ago, Neverwinter on PlayStation, Final Fantasy. I love this game. Yeah, it's a great game. It's true. It technically kind of is. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we could force lock it. It can't be ESO without attacking here. We had to whack that orb. Excuse me, skeleton. I don't have 20 minutes to kill you. We're just gonna move on past. We're gonna go this way. Ah! Wait. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm like, oh no, this is what I remember. You had to go this way. Why don't I try to do anything off of memory? I probably lasted this tutorial quest probably like 2 years ago. I don't even think if you go to the normal tutorial, you still do it. Like, you still do this one. I think you go do something else, I think they made a new tutorial for people. Alright, we are out though, thankfully. Here he is, the prophet himself. Who's going to put herself in the thing? Oh, she's gonna. Oh, means we're not gonna have to do this all on our own. But yeah, let's be ready to defend. Her magic recovery is so bad. Please tell me that there's just one guy that comes. I don't know if there's any way around that stupid orb thing. You had to hit the orb. We're almost there. Easy. Is that everyone? Oh wait, maybe let's not open that. Maybe there's only 2. Oh, I hope. Oh my! Hey, can you hit me, please? Thank you. Oh, this is painful. At least we know though that we can go kill like a Dell boss. Or we can actually go get like the Thunderbug set and whatnot. I don't think we'll need to use anything actually from Shadowfen. Thinking about it, like I don't think we'll need, because I know immobilization is giving us a free heal. That would be more helpful. But I think that and the set from Arteron will probably be all that we need. And we can, I don't know what's better to get first. We'll probably go to Arteron first, seeing if we can get that 5-piece set. Hope and pray though we can get it from their public dungeon relatively easily. But I'm thinking we'll go to the Delve first, see if we can get some of those pieces. Come on. Activate the pylons. Now we wait. This is the type of stuff that you do in all games because I hate myself. Which things? Alright, let's enter the thing and let's head on out of here. And hope that there's not a big boss fight up here because it's taken us 40 something minutes to beat the tutorial. Of course, there's a boss. Such a cool looking Adric Prince too. Please don't have a lot of health. It's gonna have a lot of health. The thing that I don't understand with one Tamriel, what's the point of being high grade if you put into low grade dungeons with people like me? What do you mean? You gonna attack me, sir? Thank you. You know, for being a prophet, you could do a little bit more damage. Especially because, you know, your expectations for me should be pretty low because I am a tutorial character, Mr. Prophet. So could you do a little bit, could you do a little bit here? Oh, the thing you're torturing yourself with, what else did you think? I mean, I wasn't sure, but that makes sense. Jake, I watched your video on the mounts available for the Switches Festival. I remember you said we had to get the first item from the Impreza. I can't remember where we had to go for the second mount. The second and third one is through the assistant, the Impresario assistant, and then the other one is through the Indrake vendor, which you'll find in Fraglorn. This is a boss fight, really, for the ages here. don't mind me like opening a container here real quick. I'm just gonna passively eat this. Brought a piece of cheesecake over earlier. In a container. That way if I like wanted to give up to eat lunch, I would be like, alright, stay strong. Brought this with me over here. This is riveting. I can tell you guys are entertained by watching a child of bone smack me while I eat some cheesecake to the side. We definitely need to get some sets after this. This is painful. It's like he's like regenerating health. I feel like we should be doing so much more damage. And you know, technically, we look at having to bash an orb as potential failure. But we also have to remember too that it's about damaging enemies. There wasn't an enemy there, you know. Level scaling with one Tamriel. Yeah, so I really actually had liked that decision. Just because I think that the biggest thing that that happened with one Tamriel that I thought was like an amazing change was that people who were new to the game, like if say for example you and me wanted to go into Apocrypha, we could do that together. You could make a brand new character. I could go as a high level character. We could enjoy it all together. That's what I think made it a phenomenal decision. And that's where a lot of games struggle is they release DLCs that you can't participate in if you're not maxed out as a character. So it's like, how are you supposed to enjoy playing with friends if you're constantly not being able to go and enjoy it with your friends? So that's where I think that it was a great decision on their part to do it like that. Boom, we've leveled up to level 9. Let's go. We'll take your shield. Uses your armor. Yeah, I guess we'll take that. Take the health. Where did I get the cheesecake? It was just from the grocery store. There's nothing where. Oh, and my cat's gonna join us. You alright? You good? Want to say anything to your people? No? Anything? She doesn't seem interested in talking right now. She just wants to sit over there. What was I doing? Oh, I was gonna look at the Arteron set real quick. Let's take a meander at the Arteron. New block. That's gonna be good. Hey, trying to open my freaking Tupperware container with the cheesecake in it. This is what you woke up for? This is what you didn't want to say hi to your people or come say hi to me? You wanted to freaking try to steal my food? Don't go sit next to. I won't put this under a book or something. Hang on, I'm gonna hide this cheesecake now. I mean, it's in a closed container, but now she just wants to try to sniff it and open it. It's like, no, don't sniff and open my cheesecake. You're either here for your fans, or you go back to sleep. Those are your options, huh? Oh my gracious. This freaking cat. Alright, there's got to be a delve nearby. There's got to be one that's like right outside the city. Hey, what are you doing? Quit being a doofus. Putting it over here now. I don't trust you with it. I don't trust you to sit there and try to open it the whole time. There's a delve right over there. This is what we need. Yeah. What? Don't be annoyed at me. You know you can't eat cheesecake, I don't think. What? Cats, man. What can I tell you? You think that they're coming over to do something? Be nice and participate in your YouTube live stream, and all they want to do is try to steal your food. Is that it? Is that all? What? Is that all we are to you? I can't even hear your meows because of the noise gate. You're gonna have to meow much louder than that. What? What? My cat's name is Evie. Don't smack my microphone. My goodness. You don't know how many videos have been secretly destroyed because of my cat. What she'll do is she'll accidentally unplug things. She'll accidentally move things around, and it can be quite painful sometimes. She's sitting on me now, so now you can see her. Well, she's kind of hard to notice. You see her right at the bottom of the screen. At least she doesn't want me just for my cheesecake. At least she's come at least for something else, and just to sit on me probably because I'm warm. No, they're killing the guy. Wait, before you kill him, let him hit me. No. I didn't even think about that being a problem. You just want to be popular on the YouTube, don't you? Yeah. That's why she comes on these live streams. She's a gold digger. That's what it is. Do we have any good sword and shields yet? I can't really use any of these. I think we want that though, so we're gonna put this on our skill bar so it levels up a little. Oh, that's not what we wanted to get rid of. I'm gonna put it on LB. This is our bread and butter right here. How's this going? Well, we've gone through the tutorial. Might have to edit the rules slightly. We did have to do one of these on an overworld object, but it wasn't an enemy. So to me, challenge is still good because, you know, the challenge is, can you beat ESO without attacking an enemy? And we've not done that. We did attack a random thingamabob though, so that unfortunately has occurred. We had to break an orb thing, the shield bash. But I think we're still good. I think we're still alright. Every time I stop petting her, she starts looking at me like this look that she's giving me right now. And hopefully we can do it all in one kind of sitting. That's my goal. I can do it all today. We are 3 hours in. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for, but I'm hoping that once we start getting some of these sets, starts going on. So we have used an Arcanist. Basically, we've been carried by this skill, which reflects damage back to the attacker. So we're kind of utilizing that, and our ultimate does the same thing. It reflects damage back. That's how we were able to really get through the tutorial. And that's true. I did not ask for permission to stop petting. But we definitely need some sets to make this go faster, because this is like 1200 damage reflected back, which is pretty painful. Oh, you're good, Scrumpy. Just what was sticky controls mean? God. The only fear is that this guy might get all the credit if the boss doesn't attack me, which would be problematic, because then I don't get any drops from the delve. Oh, she's looking at me like she wants me to pet her. We're staying strong. I need both my hands for this. Leeching and Crimson Twilight would work great, but getting those without attacking would be slightly tricky, is the only problem. In theory, I could queue as a healer and make like a little Arcanist healer and try to run it through on like the normal versions. That is certainly feasible. But that might, I don't want to do something where I make other people's lives more difficult. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want other people to be suffering with a level 10 healer in their dungeon. Yes, I will pet you more. Oh my goodness. So freaking needy. Oh no! Hit me. Hit me. Hit me, you freaking dirty son of a bitch. Oh my god. He did an AoE. He did an AoE. The AoE hit me. Come on. Come on. Give me credit. Yes! I have too many event tickets. That's fine. Oh, and we got one of the pieces of the set that we need. Oh, let's go. Oh, yes. It's all coming together now. Here it is. Belt of the Twin Sisters. Well, the Nightblade is dead. We killed him, unfortunately. So, not great. He's gone off to the little area in the sky, probably in Cold Harbor. The Wishes Festival, you know, maybe we could sell that and get a little chunk of change. The Apocrypha specimen jar is pretty cool too. Kind of. I mean, I could do a dungeon. There's probably certain dungeons that I could do successfully on like a low level healer like Arcanist, where you're not attacking at all. But it would have to be like Spindle Clutch 1, Fungal Grotto, you know, one of the really easy dungeons, because I don't want to be a hindrance to anybody that's farming dungeons. That's how I'm trying to think, like, trying to keep it to the Overland. I think I might go switch to the public dungeon, so I'm gonna look up where that is. Dungeon. That's actually not that far away. It is like right over here-ish. Is good. I think I might just go there now. Gotta reset the chat box too, because the chat box has decided that YouTube chat is not important. Does not deserve to go in the chat box. My cat is trying to sit on my keyboard, so I'll move that over there. I think we might head there now. Is it faster to leave the dun? We'll try leaving the dub. That's probably faster. The other thing too is we can also start doing quests. So if we find, well, the thing that sucks is so you could search like the side quest rewards, right, and see if you could find like a piece of the set that you want to have. The problem is that even if we do find what we need, unless you found the cheesecake container again, even if you do find what you need, it's only going to give you one piece. Oh my goodness. She just keeps trying to look in this Tupperware container. Hey. No. My goodness. Freaking cats, am I right? Try to live stream and they're just so focused on the wrong things. Like, hey man, smell something over here. Can I have it? It's like, no. No, you cannot. All right. Freaking cats, man. Storm Knights plays another good one too that we'll probably try to get. I don't know if Thunderbug is better. I do like the one from Arteron because I think bleed damage will probably be good for us on some of those beefier bosses. But actually, let me see if any of these scale off health. My cat's sitting on my keyboard. I'm wondering why my inputs aren't working. My keyboard for my Xbox. I'm like, what the heck? Alright, so this is the one that we were looking at. This is the one that does bleed. I think bleed, the only thing that sucks is it scales off weapon and spell damage, which is not ideal. Then we've got Daggerfall, we've got Stormhaven, Stormplate. At least it does it in an AoE, but it only does 600. And then we've got Malabal Tor, Thunderbug, which does 1553. And that does in the 5-meter radius around you, and it can occur every 3 seconds. So I'm thinking Arteron and Malabal Tor are probably our two best ones to go to for now. What is the easiest way to get here? Is this gonna take me here? Is this gonna take me to somewhere stupid? This looks like this does not take me where I want to go. Maybe you can sneak around the coast. Probably not, but we're gonna try. Or maybe we can get up there. I'm sure we can get up there. We're fine. We're all good. Unfortunately, there's no real monster set that we're going to be able to use. Is going to be the tough thing. So we're going to have 2 pieces of stuff that doesn't do anything. But at least now we're leveling up our sword and shield. For those of you who missed the first part of it, we weren't even it wasn't even unlocked as a skill line until something we were fighting died, and the only way that we got only way we even got credit for that, I clearly misjudged where this was. I must be further this way. The only reason we even got credit was because we were healing people and with Lyris and whatnot. So we finally were able to start leveling that up, which was good. It's near the water. Oh, okay, I'll go back closer to the water. I must have misjudged where this was on the map. Oh, there it is. I'm slowed. I'm slowed. Please. What's the annoying effect that can be put upon you? The slow effect. The nice thing too about Thunderbug is I don't even think you have to be blocking for it. I think it just goes. Hey, listen, I wasn't saying cats ugh, because of cats in general. It was just my cat was driving me insane because she decided that while I was streaming, she was going to try to open up all these containers next to me and stand on my keyboard. Drive me insane. What the heck? Did I fall into it? What the hell? Where is this thing? Oh, there it is. I'm like losing my mind. I was that tempted to go too into this person's public group and kill the crow, but I'm like, nah, we'll go into where we need to go. We'll do the quest here too. See what that's like. Alright. Not the prophet. We need to investigate the gully. You want to go, man? You want to go? Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, whoa! I don't want this. All right, well, I didn't want the smoke, but it's like the smoke is. Oh my gosh, fighting multiple enemies without the set is gonna be painful. Oh my gosh. Oh, sucks. Oh, this hurts. This is really going to need to be a one-on-one type fight thing. I might just let them kill me. Just kill me, actually. I don't even want to be healed. Alright, we're going to have to stick to fighting the public dungeon bosses pretty much solo, because when you fight multiple enemies until we have our setup, this is going to be pretty painful. So we're just going to let them kill us, and then we are going to respawn and try to do some of the quest components and try to avoid large mob boss fights and really stick to the main bosses that we can fight at once, because it only I guess you only reflect damage back at one attacker per use, and the problem with that is multiple people hit you, oh, there's 3 people in that way. All right, there's 2 dogs here. Well, I guess we can just run through too. We don't have to fight our way through. There's no penalties for dying. We only have like 5 soul gems, but it's like a little inner chamber. I guess you can't, like, it could be because I'm in combat though too. Go away. Go back to your spawn points. Guess these people must spawn too close. And the cat's back. Moving the mic around. Oh. This hurts my soul to do. I thought, once we could kill things, it would really look up fast. We could make a lot of progress. I think I was wrong. You guys know any good songs? Oh, this one's about to die. It's like funny too, because like they're equally dying. Like it's like they know how to space this out to where they're both alive as long as possible. That's the frustrating part. Please. I would have been the happiest person in the world if you had some stuff on them that like, oh, it's not even a door you can go through. I've been freaking bamboozled. What was that I could press A for? Something there that I could press A on to pick up? Did I just like run past something? What was that? This? Oh, the bear trap. Like, what the heck? What did I miss on the ground? Are you allowed to play music in the background? I don't know what YouTube specific rules for stuff like that is. I have been trying to find like a mixture of like stuff that's like on Spotify, right? That I've had the ability to use, right? Like that wouldn't be like copyright claimed and whatnot. The problem is that, for example, you could be on Spotify, listen to some Spotify music or YouTube music, and an ad could come through with demonetized music or music that is unable to be played for whatever reason. So even if you like think that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, okay, like there's still a chance that like you could still get screwed over because the system is stupid. So that's kind of my fear when it comes to playing music. But at some point, I probably will be able to get it figured out. I just have to experiment with it. I probably will have to pay for like Spotify Premium and stuff just to have it on in the background. So I'm trying to figure it out, but it's a work in progress. That's why I think that's why like a lot of times when you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you'll hear like familiar themes. Like I've noticed like the Skyrim theme song, I like Skyrim music a lot because I know that Skyrim music you can play. You really can't activate these potions when you're okay. All right. That were our first boss fight that we can loot on our own. We're getting them. Thank God that bosses don't have health recovery. This would literally kill us if they did. Although, we are building up towards our ultimate, everybody. We are building it up. We're getting there. But you can't guess what animal I have. Your name has pug in it, so I'm gonna guess goldfish, turtle, crocodile. Oh my god. This hurts. This literally hurts me. At least one uses stamina, one uses magicka. That's the good thing, right? And I really actually feel like our resources are. You can't put skill points into while you're doing this, can you? I don't even know what I put in. Yeah, I mean, doesn't. None of those are really gonna help. Oh shoot! Yeah, we're taking some damage here. Oh. Oh. Well, these are two boss. I was wondering how they were both like, like a 3,000 damage was just nothing. But the second one, it's because they're both bosses. I guess that makes sense. This is exceptionally tricky. Maybe the bag recovery Mundus would have been better. It could be in Sherlock's profile pic. You know, these are all clues that could be given to us, or it could all be things to throw us off the scent. It's important for us to consider too. Good. You guys read any good books recently? You know, guys, some avid readers. Maybe what any movies, TV shows you guys are into right now? That's a crafty Elfique. All right, so this is my mistake, and when I realized my mistake, we were already too far in. This is a duo boss. We don't want to fight duo bosses. We want a mono boss, one boss, because we probably would have killed the one boss, or at least gotten significantly further along. But because we are equally distributing our tiny amounts of damage between two bosses, we're suffering together. And my cat has rejoined us. She's right here, as you can see with her little tail. I'm so glad we didn't do the next main story mission. Although I think the next one's easy. I think it's just a, hey, here's what happened, you know, in Cold Harbor, blah, blah, blah. Here's what happened to the companions, you know. It's a little, like a little watch along type thing. I'm also needing more suggestions for YouTube videos. So if you guys have suggestions for things that you want to see in the next couple days, obviously let me know. As I am looking for suggestions, ideas, and things. Thank you for the subscription, Eben6. I don't need help. I just need the pieces to drop. That's what we need. Because if we don't get the sets that we need from these bosses, I'm just gonna cry on the inside and the outside, and we'll go from there. I think I'm gonna farm the sets that I need. I think we're not gonna do it all today. I'm thinking because I want to still. Ideally, I'm thinking I might want to put out a YouTube video today. I don't know. I want to try to do both because I want to try to keep the content flowing. And obviously, you know, there's a lot witches festivals going on. I was thinking about making a new XP updated guide. You know, best locations for XP and stuff. Is this one of you? Oh no, they're just down there. I was like, maybe they're just looking for the sky shard. I don't know. Oh, it's a person. Kill him. Oh no, they do less damage than I do. Ah! Get him. Get him. Wham. Wham. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Kill him. Please. Hooray. I think that we got the wrong sets though, unfortunately. I don't think we got what we needed. All right, I don't really want to fight you guys. I don't think we got I know we got a weapon, which is good, because I might just drop the whole sword and shield thing and just get whatever. I don't think that's the set that we need. No, it is not. That is unfortunate. I could rank creators. Oh my god. You know how bad of an idea that is? That would get flamed in the comments. People would be like, you put Hack the Minotaur in A tier? You're dead to me. And I'd be like, do you want them higher or lower? And then they'll be like, both. I want them higher and lower. This is a funny idea, but it would be very risky from a content creator perspective to do something like that. Plus, I don't generally talk about like other content creators. I try to, like, if some of them give like good advice and stuff, obviously I'll say like, hey, like in yesterday's video, like, oh, check out the Tank Club. They give great suggestions for X, Y, and Z, and then I linked them in the comments below. But as far as other stuff, it just becomes a little tricky because you don't want to start controversy or anything. Plus, some content creators be a little crazy. That'd be a little defensive. And saying things the ESO community has done, though, that is the good idea. This is the Toothmaul Gully in Arderon, which we may take a break from because this hurts my soul. Why didn't I grab the Sky Shard? I don't know. That was exceptionally stupid of me to not grab the Sky Shard. Go over outfits or something easy. Yeah. I try to do stuff that's like informative. I might do like an updated like XP farming location guide. Something like that, Something that's still helpful. I mean, I always think that it's interesting because I generally tell people the same advice, like, hey, it's Black Rose Prison, But the problem with stuff like that is like, how feasible is it for me, like on this character I'm playing right now, to just go to Black Rose Prison, I'm blocking your attacks. Go away. The nice thing too is I might do some research, so I might. Come on, Archer, go away. Get yourself and go away, please. Is it real? Who are you? Go. Leave. Am I stuck? I'm not stuck. We're good. Go back to shoot. There we go. All right. Now that we're past all that stupidness. Oh my god, they're coming back. Please, 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 just let me in. Let me in, please. Please, no. Why? It's the same people. Don't come. Go away. How are you guys out of range and then in range? Leave. Please, I'm out of combat technically. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, thank goodness. You guys are fine. And you're way better than all of them. Well, I appreciate that. I'll talk to them. Maybe we can negotiate something. Here we go. Easy peasy. I think what I'll do for April Fools is I'll pronounce all the words correctly, like motif, guild, melee. I'll just be like, yeah, guys, it's called motif. Like, I've always said it like that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Motive? Who says that? That just sounds silly. Please give me a quest reward. I don't want to fight you because that would probably take me 20 minutes. So we're just gonna go with whatever gets me out of here the fastest. Be like, hey man, I left her alive. Please don't you attack me. I don't have 20 minutes to spare. So this is where I wish I could be a Nightblade, but we wouldn't even be able to attack anything yet if we were a Nightblade. Could show off the cat. That is true. I probably will go on the second channel, but I do love that idea. What the hell did I think I fell in a bear trap. Like a fool. Like a fool. Please give me a set piece that is something that I can use. I will be... You don't even give me an item? What? Does it give you? At least we're level 10, I guess. I'm gonna go to the dungeon finder. So freaking stupid. Maybe I should put points in Magicka since, well, some of these things are gonna scale off Magicka, some of them will scale off. I guess we'll keep it. Fixture. What does Fortress do? Reduces the cost. We can't even use this until we get to defensive posture. The thing with dungeon guides, though, is I feel like there's already a lot of really good dungeon guides out there. That's where I'm kind of like, like when there's already really good content on YouTube, the only time I feel like the need to remake it is if maybe like just to show like, hey, this is still really good, guys, you guys should do this. Like transmutation farming stuff. Like a lot of times it doesn't change, but sometimes it's just good to re-highlight it because it's like, hey guys, you might not farm. Ooh, that's a good one for us to kill. All right. You guys go away though, please, because I can't fight all of you at once. Please run back. Please run back. Please run back. Please. That works. Video titled ESO with an ESO thumbnail, but the video is Fallout 76, but you pretend in ESO. What about that video idea? It is interesting and it is unique. I do play Fallout 76, and I do enjoy that game. I don't necessarily know what I would do, like I don't know what would be the goals. That's sometimes what I struggle with when I play Fallout 76 is I don't necessarily know what to do. Although you're probably watching me right now and going, Jake, you do know that you're trying to farm a set without attacking? Do you know that that per se is not the most effective thing to do in your free time? So I could see that being slapped back on me. I get it. I just hope that it gives us a weapon, because even if honestly, I don't think Sword and Shield's gonna help us a lot. If they give us like a Destro staff, I probably would rip his arm off to use it. A compilation of me teabagging players. That'd be kind of funny. Me just going around putting salt on all the wounds. This is the type of stuff that I almost feel like could be done off stream. People probably would be like, did you really farm it off stream? If I didn't do it though, but I just feel like it's so just ridiculous. I was thinking about doing another 101 tips for ESO video since my last one is outdated and the audio is not super good on it because it was recorded on a potato. So I thought that would be kind of a good video to update. It's always very awkward as a content creator when some of your best videos have bad audio and editing because you used to suck at it. So that was one of the things where I looked at it and I was like, man, I should update. Oh wait, I have my ultimate. Oh baby, let's see if this is actually good or not. This actually might be pretty goated when it goes off. I don't know how much fun. Kill him. Reflect it back. Did it do it? Is that the 6,000 damage that went back in it? Was that it? Is this 6,000? Oh God. And I forgot to manually attach my potions. I forgot. I feel like that little burst thing he does had to have dealt more damage, right? I do think the game is better than WoW, Neverwinter, and Final Fantasy. I've not played a whole lot of those. Gonna be a while till Crux Weaver armor, but I think that'll help a lot too. I'm just tuning in, LOL. Yeah, we are. We're in a bit of a lull here, but we're constantly in a situation where we are just chilling, 101, but it's a remake in the wrong order to angry longtime fans. What about that? I don't want to make people angry. To be fair, I could probably give another 101 tips too. I mean, there's just so many ESO tips that you can give. It just kind of saddens me that my audio quality sounds like depressed in that video. It just sounds kind of cattywampus. Oh shit, we are gonna freaking die here. My goodness. This is something. I don't think we can even change abilities. Did not think this is gonna be anything difficult. Here I am. God, he can freaking almost kill us. And yet, uh when we're trying to oh my god, do I need to block between these things? Yes, I do. Jesus. This is actually hard gameplay here. And for what? We're just trying to get a garbage set that nobody even uses. This does feel like chaos. I guess we could still be blocking too when he does this thing. Yeah, so we don't even have. I'm an idiot. How have I just been sitting here not blocking? I can literally use the skill block, hold block, and then when it's ready to be used again, just use it again, reflect it back, block. There we go. Now we're getting in the groove here. This would be good to know for boss fights too, because we are gonna have to actually kill Malabal. That'll be a little tricky. Oh, I ran out of block. Oh no. To space out my blocks a little bit. Oh, we had our ultimate. I guess now we want him to do damage to us because he'll reflect it back at himself. So that's, to give us all the damage. Hit us with your fiery beam. How much damage? 3,000 damage. It did 3,000 damage. I think. Maybe it does it as an AoE. Or I guess it does it as maybe as a dot. As he's taking dot damage at 3,909. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. So it is taking when you use this ability here, I can't tell you the name offhand. It reflects damage back at him. You can see that, but the sucky thing is it only does it one time per cast. That's the shitty thing. So, for example, when I use this ability, it only hits him one time before you need to use it again, and then it'll take damage again, and then now I'm trying to block because I was losing ludicrous amounts of health, and then you go back to blocking. How's it going, Disley Dave? And yeah, use it again. You block, hold the block. The ultimate does help too. It seems like blocking builds our ultimate pretty fast. What we're doing is building our ultimate pretty fast, but it is still, it still is hurting. It still hurts. We got our ultimate again. We've gone through 3 ultimates in this boss fight. He is so close. So close. It is 5:24 p.m. for me. Hallelujah. It is not the set that we need. Oh my gosh. Take a break here. We'll go log in on my other character and probably buy something with my event ticket since I'm capped. I might also take a break here too because I'm losing my mind. Love watching your videos. First time I managed to catch a stream. Well, thank you. You've caught it after a lot of suffering has been endured. But here, what the heck was I doing over in the middle of the Deshaun wilderness? I was like going to the Glenumbra and Prezzo. We shall see. We shall see what they have for us. How does this set even look? I'm not going to buy this with event tickets because that would be a little wasteful, but I always like to see what they look like actually on my character. Because sometimes the still images just don't do it justice. That's for me grabbing that. Anything else here look... Ooh, I do like this memento. I mean, I'm probably going to buy it, but... You know, that's pretty dope, actually. How old do you think you are? I have no idea. I used to do that with Arc. I remember I was playing with like a bunch of Arc people, you know, and we would always, you know, play with each other for a while and be like, how old do you think I am? I'd be like, oh, you're like 25. They'd be like, I'm 45. Or you'd be like, oh, I think you're like, you know, 30. They'd be like, oh, I'm 22. And you're like, I have no idea. Arenas for newcomers, Dragonstar Arena. Black Rose Prison is also not a terrible shout, too. But I think I am going to do a video later today, after taking a break here in a little bit, on the best way to fastest way to level up. And we're going to be talking about experience, places to go, and whatnot, like a new updated XP type guide, but with a little bit more information on like the best things that you can do based on your situation. Because I've always disliked when people, you know, I don't have a good analogy for this, but let's pretend like you want to hike up a mountain, right? And you're like, Jake, what's the best way to hike up this mountain on this MMO? And I'm like, well, you need this piece of gear to do it the best, right? And you're like, where do you get that piece of gear? Halfway up the mountain. And it's like, well, how do I go from here to halfway up the mountain? And you're like, oh, you know, do whatever you want, you know, you just wing it in the meantime. Just do whatever you want. So that's why I always like to tier it between like new players, returning players. Maybe you've got friends, maybe you've got DLC, you don't have the DLCs, you know, and all other stuff. I am looking forward to Arc Ascended on console when it does come out. I don't even think it's listed on the thing yet because it's supposed to come out in November. Excited for it to come out, but it is not out currently, unfortunately. But before we wrap up here, if you guys don't mind smashing the like button, it'll help let people know if this was a good live stream, even though it was questionable, our progress that we made on it. But for those of you who, subscribed on Twitch, I really appreciate it with your tier 1 subs. I appreciate those of you who subscribed on YouTube. That was really, you know, nice. We're always working towards that 20,000 goal. So that's always nice to, you know, make progress towards it. But I think what I'm going to be doing here in a minute is making a new updated XP guide, because this has hurt my soul continuing to do this challenge. But we got through the tutorial and we were able to do damage. It took us 2 hours to be able to damage anything. So I think we're making good progress. And once we get the sets I think we need, I think we'll be in a really good position because it'll kind of snowball once you have the first set, and then the second set, you'll be able to really kind of cruise through everything. So thank you guys so much again. I'm going to switch us to the ending soon screen. I'm still here, obviously, if you guys want to throw out any kind of last minute ideas for videos, any last minute ideas, questions, and things. But we winding down here because we've been doing this for 3 hours and 45 minutes, and my soul kind of hurts. And I think some fish taste awful, Christian. I don't know how to fully quantify that, but I will say that I think that some of it is awful. Some of it's alright. Any final suggestions for things? Feel free to comment them too. Like if, for example, the stream ends and Disley Dave, what I do is as I dual stream, so it's on YouTube and Twitch. Sometimes Twitch is a little funkier though, so that's why I always make sure to do them on both. Especially when I used to only do them on Twitch, became a little cattywampus. But thank you for being a sub. What base game sets to farm before getting stronger sets in Dungeons and Trials to help you complete? It's a good one. It's interesting that YouTube blocked your question of can I jump through your window and steal your cheesecake? I'm on the 3rd floor, so that's gonna be really difficult for you to do. I live in an apartment like building, so it's difficult to do types of things like that. If you can jump through a 3rd story window with an AC wall unit in it too, that would be deserving of it. But if you guys have any other suggestions, I really like yours, Odin's, of almost like a start here, then get this type system. Kind of almost like a walkthrough build. New build, mid game build, end game build. I do really like that. So I'm do something like that. But I want to thank you guys again. If you have any more suggestions, put them in the comments below because I'm going to be ending the stream here and I'm going to be switching it over. And I'm going to start recording an updated XP guide for you guys, and I'll catch you there.